like freeze frame ever.
Packers lost.
Good. What about the Seahawks? Wait, are we live again? So I can't spoil Star Wars now. Can't talk spoilers with Darth.
Oh, you can talk spoilers with me.
I know,
I'm
but I
the
want
one
to make
here
sure
right
we're not live. Are we live?
Yes, we are.
Shit. Well, fuck all you for ruining this moment. I could have been. I will say though, I'm like no spoilers. Kylo Ren.
No, I'm gonna spoil something right now. I think Snoke is Plagueis.
Oh, dude, no fucking question it. Without question, he is. And then Kylo Ren is basically the guy from KOTOR.
Oh,
Can't
Darth Revan.
Yes, Revan. Oh, fucking blatantly Revan. All right, I'm gonna tweet this picture out to you, Darth. This is the greatest freeze frame.
This will be the best.
I love it.
He's back.
No, but like I actually
Totally
had
lost
this amazing
him.
picture. He'll be back. He's got to disconnect anyway.
All right, here's where things get really creepy.
I feel like I just need
because
to ask you life advice. Like it just
Now-
just Doge, talk to me.
Oh,
now I have to get up and go use the restroom. So now you get the puppy's not here stare.
Oh,
fuck.
the,
This is
yo,
creepy as
this is
shit.
like I'm gonna hump the shit out your legs, there, dude. Look at that. Oh, I love it. It's look at that. I'm sorry, that is so awesome.
Only on Friendly Fire will you get a man being replaced by a virtual Doge.
And the viewers will go up. Look at it. He is. Oh my god, that stare, chat.
Yo, it's a hit.
Not the game I played.
What's up?
No.
I can't quite see that.
No, it's not gonna focus on it very
Will
well.
you buck up and get off your cell phone webcam?
Wait, this
This
is
is
actually
legit.
a real camera.
I know. I remember you telling me you
Anymore,
did.
dude. Chill.
That's right, Bumbles. Thank you for that. I just realized that you are not sitting on the floor doing your fidgeting Xbox stuff anymore.
Yeah, I'm actually sitting on a nice.
I remember you
computer.
saying you're actually on your PC. I know. You're like,
Yeah, I'm on my laptop tonight. I'm in my kitchen. I got some wings over here. I haven't eaten either, so it's like a whole new Bumbles, man. I'm not getting pissed drunk where I can't form proper sentences. I'm not wearing a fucking hat. I'm not
I'm having a
eating.
problem, and I've had 2 beers. It's crazy.
Well,
This Doge, like I can't. How
that
do I
fucking
do
stare.
this? This-
I have to pull up another window. I
It looks
can't-
even funnier on the podcast. This is great. This is too much.
All right, I gotta
Like,
tweet
what?
this guy. to you guys. No, hold on.
I have to buy this. I do. Like it's. I will just film myself. This is amazing.
I would freaking film.
It just fits him so perfect. I love it.
I would
love
film.
it.
I would like somehow try to get my girlfriend to be like the model, and I just sit there and like, "Hi, I have boobs."
I'm
Follow
surprised somebody hasn't done that, but they've gotten someone. Yeah.
You have a real low voice there, Bumbles.
Well, you know what they say.
What was the Dawnbreaker podcast, Polly? What did they do? Did they do these things? The face rigs? What's
Yeah.
going on, Mr. Cookies? See, now I can talk directly to chat because I don't mind interrupting everybody. But thank you
fuck
guys
that.
that did comment. I did read them all. We're going to do the Comment King in a little bit. Puppy's got a list.
All right, guys, check your Twitter right now. I'm sending you the greatest screen
take a
cap
minute.
of Darth of all time.
Oh, he did Standard did the face rig? All right, I'll have to check that out. I think I
this
remember
is-
him doing like a Mr. Peanut thing or something. Didn't he wear a
Oh,
top hat and a
God.
monocle or something?
All right, there you go. This is the greatest.
I didn't catch a lot of
free-
those.
Darth, you look like you're.
I'll put it up on the stream if it's
do it. It's
worthy.
It's definitely worthy. That's how
Where
the
the
stream
hell-
ended for me.
I can't. Oh, there it is. Look, my face looks like I'm looking at. I'm like, what is
Yeah,
going
you
on?
do.
Are you having a
Look at-
seizure?
I see puppies back.
Hey guys.
Oh, there
Puppy,
he
check
is.
your Twitter. You need to see this picture.
is it coming?
I will retweet it out if you guys are so inclined. You can go to my Twitter and you can see the image. It's just an image that Darth froze in a compromising way. Nothing new here. All right, so we're gonna do the Comment King when Mr. Doge is holding court. What did you have? You had 2 entrants or 3? What'd you have? How many did you have there?
Who? What? What?
How many comments did you have that were worthy that we're choosing from?
Oh, individual comment? Okay.
Oh, you
okay.
just wrote down the names of the person.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. Like before, we had talked about we were looking for entertaining comments, right? Like that was one of the things we were looking for.
Right. But then people
before
just
it was
made fun of me
commenting.
nonstop.
And yeah, well, and then people were just like picking on each other, which the comments are funny and I love it. Like when somebody rips on somebody.
This is too much. For
Like
them.
tonight we had DT like fucking rip on Bumbles a little bit, for
Always
for
a
being
winner.
a PlayStation.
Always a winner.
Yeah. Yeah, which I was like, that's pretty funny. But like one of the things I spoke with you about a little bit. I don't know if you remember, or YouTube beers or whatever. But I kind of wanted to move Comment King personally, and you can
No,
give
I
it to
remember
me
you
on this.
commented this in the doc.
But
Yep.
I wanted to move it to more of a participation and staying relevant to the topic kind of thing.
Yeah, because if we were gonna award a prize for people that just burned us, I'd have to give out 40 T-shirts a week, and we just can't do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
So, and I think tonight, as far as that goes, as
Stop
far as
posting the food, guys. I'll ban you. Go ahead, Bubby.
Fucking hungry.
I know.
So good. I could go make one right now if I wanted.
As far as the actual participation and input and everything goes, I think tonight it was Double D83 was on top of it.
There you
as
go,
far
Dub.
as throwing in stuff.
Do we have his comment or just all around general?
It was just all around in general.
There you go. You got the all around achiever award. So Dub, I'll hit you up somewhere. Or, you know what? You hit me up and I'll send you a T-shirt for the Friendly Fire at some point. Just send me a DM with your address or whatever, and I will send you a big, huge dildo. I'll send you. Look, honey, it's a T-shirt I want on our podcast.
Organizing a thing in Oregon.
Something inappropriate will come in your mail, but no, I'm only kidding.
I'm actually gonna get me a 2 a.m. burger tonight. That's pretty
guys,
cool.
stop. Seriously, like, I can't eat now. I'm about to go on a cruise and get real fat, so I can't be eating 2 a.m. burgers.
All them hors
right
d'oeuvres, baby.
I can't do that.
Part of what
now.
I love about
that burger looks pretty freaking good.
Now that Doge is here, I can totally eat, and y'all fuckers can't.
Yeah, DT, you would win the dildo.
Take off your shirt, feel real fat.
No pants, but you've not worn pants on this podcast before anyway, so wouldn't be a first for you.
Oh God!
Let's since we're talking about no pants, let's talk about this little extra topic, and we can have some fun with this one. This is old. This is from Puppy, like you said, but this is for the previous podcast. We talked about doing Thanksgiving time, probably. Pornhub. Remember, if you're actually no, it's right around Fallout 4, right?
Yeah.
Right. Pornhub. They reported that their traffic took a significant dip the day of the Fallout 4 release.
Full advertisement for Fallout 4 and Pornhub.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I was like, I love these little like
love it.
the hell are they called? The images they put up. What the hell is it called? I can't even think of what it is. All the stats on it. What's that?
A graph?
Statistics.
Yeah,
Is that the word you're looking
numbers. Yeah, I thought that was that was from the old document. Oh yeah, somebody and I didn't write down who did this. Somebody tweeted this to me, and it's buried in tonight's barrage of tweets. What does everybody think about Sony trying to trademark the term "Let's Play"?
So stupid as Taylor
Sony,
Swift.
or is that you, Bumbles? Did you have this one?
Titles.
Sony
Me?
just being
Get the
Sony.
fuck out of here.
Sony,
I think it's Sony. Yeah, it was me. Sony being Sony. They
Sony
need money.
being Sony. Yeah.
They need fucking money somehow. They're bankrupt as a motherfucker.
Well,
Fucking-
they might as well reach for it if nobody else is going to trademark it.
You know what? You know what that looked like to me? To me, that looked like, all right, Sony. Like I'm picturing the Japanese headquarters, not the American base. They were like
Infographic power.
Yeah.
Thank you. You know my language. Go ahead.
you know what the damn Nintendo guys did. So with
Yeah.
them that debacle, we have to one up them.
Doge
We can't
looks
let them-
angry about this. He's got this like,
Best, Joe.
fuck Sony.
Well, if anything, Achievement Hunter could probably freaking trademark it and get away with it because they're Let's Play videos.
Yeah, right.
Don't make me look at Doge, you asshole.
I
Really?
can't look at you, dude.
Well, the blind man is shot looking at something. What?
I have to not look whenever I stream because I start laughing too fucking much.
The Doge After Show, ladies and gentlemen.
So good.
It's good.
It's too good.
So,
Speaking of
Puppy, let's tell him.
gimmicks-
We'll go on a total tangent. We'll tell him what we did today. So, earlier today, I was home with my son. My one son went out with my wife. So, I was home with my youngest, and he was like at that point where he was like, nothing would entertain him, right? So, I was like, oh, you want to see something funny? And I loaded up Puppy's VOD from last night because I streamed last night. I closed my stream. I went, I saw on Discord, our community chat, that Puppy was streaming. So I was like, let me check him out, throw him a host. I always try to do that. Puppy does it for me too. And he had this. It was the first time I ever saw it. I'm just standing here. I mean, I got off my stream being like, guys, I got to go to bed. I got to go. This is too late. It's got to be 1:30, right? I got to go. I got a long day tomorrow. I got to get out of here. My intention was to close stream, go to bed. Meanwhile, they're like, I'll pop in. I see this. I'm 45 minutes later. I'm still just staring at Doge. I'm like, I can't stop watching this. So I showed my youngest, who's 4. I showed him. I put it up on the living room TV. I was like, check this out. This is Daddy's friend. So he loves it. He thinks it's hilarious because we actually. My best friend, the guy I work with, Diggs, you guys have seen around, he has a Shiba Inu. So it's like the same dog.
Yeah.
So he's like, oh my God, that's so-and-so's dog. So he thinks it's hilarious. And then you're just talking away. And then you said Copert a couple times and they know that that's like Daddy's name. So they thought it was hilarious. So then my oldest son comes home later. We go to like basketball, we come back. I'm like, again, same thing. They're like fighting. So I need something like, what can I do? Like break glass in case of emergency. Like, here, let me throw this up. So I went to go get the VOD, and it told me you were live. So I was like, oh, here we go. Throw it up on the big screen in the living room. I'm like, and I'm on my phone. I'm like, hey, pup, the boys are watching. So I'm like, say hello to, and I gave them their names. And pup shouts them out. It's like, hey, and you see them. They're both like on their iPads. They're like, what the fuck?
That's awesome.
Doge is like, what's going on? And they're like, my youngest is next to me like, what the fuck? But then they just started talking. It was like they met Santa, and Santa's like being like, kids, remember, be good. And they're just like, is he gonna reach out and choke me? Like what? It was so. And then they just started laughing, and they were dying. And he's just playing his Neverwinter game, talking his Doge, and they're just both transfixed. It was great. It was hilarious. I'm like, they're just dying laughing. Because the dog on the TV said their name. It was great. It was a funny moment. But this, I just can't even not. It's working a lot better tonight, Pop. I don't know if you're sitting further away, maybe or something. But
it's a little bit further away, and it
seems to be what it is.
Well, because of the way I have to set up for when I actually live stream, like I have to have like
the eyes though. It's like you're flirting with me. I don't. It's like I don't understand.
Oh my God, that was right there.
It's the best $20 you've ever spent, by a landslide.
Right?
But so far.
Oh my God, it is so good. But no, it's because of the way I have to have everything set up so that I can still read the chat while I'm playing.
Dude, you need a new channel that's just Doge plays, and like just that's it, and you just play random games as Doge. It would be the sad part. It would be bigger than any channel either of us will ever make.
Oh, it would.
What's going on, Maradona? How you doing, man? And D-Man, I see you there, buddy. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this will get old, but it's not close to the old yet, Pup. So.
Oh no, it's still.
it's the crazy stares what really like recalibrates you. You're like, oh, I'm over this, and then he just does that. You're just like, that is so creepy. Oh my God. So, all right, that was good stuff. I was trying to see what else. We've got Dustin R. brought a couple good comments. We've got 2 from him. We said we were going to get to this. I forget which one it was, though. I think it was just Ronku, Game Changer creators, quote-unquote, reviewing things that they're clearly on take for, either monetarily or just through favors. Puppy, you were about to go on to that, and I cut you off, and I wanted that to be in the proper, but, we didn't make it, so... Yeah, I obviously have big issues with this. It's all about transparency. I don't care about people doing it, but you just got to be transparent about it. And I think they're improving. People are getting better about it. You'll see, especially on Twitter, you'll see people do #ad on Twitter or like Instagram. But still on YouTube, it's not really that common. But yeah, that's kind of what we were getting at, right, Pop? It was just kind of like, be careful who you listen to.
Yeah.
With YouTubers, just build a relationship with them. Watch these guys for a while before you listen to them, It's like, well, these guys have been around forever. You know who you can trust. You know who's a shill at this point. Like, you want to watch somebody for pretty gameplay, that's fine. But don't listen to when he tells you to go buy a game. It doesn't add up. But
so this is really the problem with game reviewers in general, is that on the take or not, they still have an invested interest in maintaining a good relationship
indirect
with
or
the
direct,
company that they are reviewing. I don't remember what happened recently with Kotaku, but they had a case where they had come into some information and said, hey, we're journalists. We know we're not supposed to release this because of our relationship with you, but we're going to do it anyways. Then they got blackballed because of it by this publisher. And I know of cases where publishers have called up reviewers and said, you're going to change our review score or we're not going to give you the opportunity to come back and sort of have all these previews and all this nice stuff that we do for publishers outside of just the releasing of the game. And this is sort of the crooked stuff that happens with game reviewers, where you have, I think I remember hearing that Rockstar had set up all their reviewers like in luxurious hotel suites for like a week with giant plasma or whatever televisions and just pimped out setups, had every need taken care of, and it's
Right, so is it
really
monetarily or not? Yeah.
right. Like they don't they go out
It's
of
easy
their
to
way
woo
to
an 18-year-old
maintain.
YouTuber. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Like it's easier to buy an 18-year-old YouTuber with a little bit of flash than it is somebody that's maybe in the industry, in the review industry, but it's ultimately able to reach as many or more people.
Yeah.
And it's two-sided here, where the publishers want to maintain good relations with the people that review them, and that sort of gets into
It does,
back scratch
right.
territory. And then the reviewers themselves don't want to be, that
The
guy.
hand that
Oh, I
feeds
don't want
him.
to be that
Yep.
reviewer that doesn't get invited to all this preview stuff because that's my lifeblood where I'm saying, hey, if I don't get invited to this stuff, I can't do those preview videos and I can't get all this pre-game hype. And if this turns out to be a big game, this could be a big thing for me. So I don't
Yeah.
want to poison the
Well,
I don't want to
exclusivity
take the
is king
poison
now.
pill
Yeah, yeah,
beforehand.
absolutely. Well, that's what I
And
mean. Like,
that's
if
really,
you want to have these relationships, that's fine. Just be above board about them on both sides. Just be transparent. This is a paid promotion. Take it for what it is, or or I'm an affiliate of, or let the viewer figure out whether he trusts you or not. But it's just like they try to bury it in the tags. They try to put it low in the descriptions, and it's just like they try to do the bare minimum, and that's where I'm just like, you're just a scumbag. Like it's like I don't know, like. Don't get me wrong. Like we talked about this before. Like even me, where we're bashing Battlefront, I feel a bit torn because I have interactions on Twitter and Discord with developers for Battlefield. Like I'm out of the Battlefield game at this point. Like I don't make Battlefield videos for a year at least. Like I'm not that guy anymore. But I still talk with people, and I would consider some friendly. Wouldn't even say friends, but so when I pick on something that I know they worked on, I feel conflicted. So I think there's a lot of they're not even about the money. It's just they meet these people, they shake their real hands, and they sit and they have a beer with them at a bar because these people are schmoozing them, whether that's a motive or not. Maybe they're just super nice people. Some of these people are. Mm-hmm. But when you meet someone and you have one-on-one contact with someone, you don't want to bash them. You don't want to bash the work they did. So even if they're not on the pay, it's hard for them to be objective. That's the whole point is you're too close to be objective. You're involved in the machine now. You can't be objective. You might have inside information, you might have exclusivity, you might have value, but you're not an objective reviewer anymore. And a lot of these, I always get surprised when we're talking about Kotaku and stuff. Do people really value their opinions anymore? Like gaming review websites to me have had no value forever. There's just, I don't understand why people even listen to them. And some of these YouTubers are the same
so
way.
what it comes down to is feeding into the Metacritic score for a lot of these publishers and game
they're
developers.
such a big
Like
thing,
while individual players might not read certain publications, Metacritic is actually still really important, even at least in the mind of publishers, where they say
I think it's more in the publishers than buyers by far.
right.
Yeah,
Well, they correlate. Oh, hey, this game got an 80 Metacritic versus a 90 Metacritic. We're going to pay out bonuses, or we're not going to.
Yeah.
Well, to Culper's point, I see it well, of course they're your friends. If you built a relationship with these developers, they put their time, devotion, they put everything about this game in front of their personal life, their families. So when you bash it, of course you have this feeling, but you feel bad about it. But at the same time, if you want to be it's gonna be morality with Bumbles, but if you want to be a good friend, you tell them, hey, you fucked up. Your game sucks.
Well, that's what it is. I'm not saying you're a bad dev. I'm not saying you're an asshole.
No,
but this little part of your work was bad. I'm sorry.
And I think it's good.
I do that sometimes.
They need that feedback.
I don't hit a home run every time. Yeah.
They need that feedback. And you look at, I agree, gaming journalism, you look at IGN, Kotaku, any of those. Why do you read the review? Because you want to see what somebody thought about it, and you want to read the comments, see what other people think about it. And you look at Metacritic, and I agree. I think Metacritic is a bigger standpoint for publishers and developers. I mean, I remember, what was it, Modern Warfare 3? One of the developers tweeted out, "Oh, hey, the scores look really low for this game. Can we get more people giving it the reviews?" And it's he got bashed on for that, and it's because you want Metacritic, you want people to see, "Hey, I like this game too."
Yeah, it's for devs. It's the end all. And Metacritic is everything. Probably brings bashing a company we slam DICE, we slam EA. That's easy. Nobody gives a shit. That's an easy. It's almost too easy. People do it too. It's in fashion basically. Mm-hmm. bashing a person is much more, especially not just like, it's one thing if that person created a code of 2 + 2 divided by this, and it's just wrong, and you can be like, your math is wrong, dude. You just made a mistake here. When you're bashing someone's creativity and their skill and their aptitude, that gets really, for me, it's a sensitive thing, and it should be for everybody. That doesn't mean you're not going to do it if you feel vehemently that they were wrong. Like, one of the people that I have the most interaction with is a level designer, and I'll be honest with you, the levels in Battlefront to me were bad. So in essence, I'm saying that his work is bad, and I feel very conflicted by that. I think he would respect the fact he might get mad, might get a little upset. I would expect him to. It's his work. But I think he would respect the fact that I'm not necessarily going out of my way to bash something, but when asked of my opinion, I will tell you, I think they're beautiful. I think the sounds are incredible. I don't think they necessarily play that well. I don't know what your directives were. I don't know anything about that. But as a player, as a gamer, I didn't think they were good. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but that's what it is. And I just try to be honest. But it's not easy sometimes. So like my saying is like this little bit for me. I have this little interaction with people over a social medium. When you're there, and if you watch these guys, it's almost like I wonder if it's a strategy by the devs. Because these people go, like you're saying, they get the nice hotels. The community managers take them out to the bars, and they're drinking, and they're bros, and social media selfies together, and all these things. And let's be honest here, guys. Like, I mean, most of us YouTubers and gamers are kind of a little antisocial, nerdy, dependent, not the cool kids. No. And I'm older. I'm comfortable saying that. So if you're a 22-year-old YouTuber who's kind of been and you go there, and suddenly you're wined and dined, and this cool dude is like taking you out, and you're doing this, and you're getting exclusivity, that's intoxicating. And I think that's largely a huge, and these big corporate people know this, and it's a tactic. I think almost the social leverage they put on people is even more than the money. Like, I think, you're in this cool club, don't fuck. I think it's not said, but it's pretty much said that you get in before you playtest this, guys. Let's sit down and have a talk. You're in this exclusive club. Don't fuck this up, or we won't ask you back. Hint, hint, status quo, quid pro quo. Like, let's take care of each other here. And it's a weird thing. That's why I think it needs to be above board. But, okay. It's weird. It's a tough spot.
Double D brought up a really good, and it almost captured my feelings on the topic in their essence. I feel like, as far as a game developer bringing you out and
sorry, Lanky, that's just the bot being crazy.
And as far as them, schmoozing you basically to reviewers or YouTubers or anybody of that nature. I hesitate to call a lot of YouTubers reviewers. They can give a review without being a reviewer. But I feel like you can still give good criticism without being a dick.
Yeah, that's where I was trying to be. Yeah.
Yeah, like it's. Hold on.
I'm kind of blunt, but at least I hope to be honest. Like, I understand I could have a little bit more bedside manner about it. But But when you do a good job, I like to think I'm gonna applaud you for it. Like when I try to be fair, and that's the only redeeming feeling I have of it is I try to be fair. But I do. Like, I can understand why people feel conflicted. It's not an easy spot. But
and then.
Like you said, like, I don't watch it. I'm gonna call him out because whatever. But like, I don't watch Level Cap for his review. I watch Level Cap because he gets exclusive footage that I can't get anywhere else.
Right.
I could watch him, and again, I'm not bashing him. I have no problem with him. Pay your bills, man. That's why I'm watching you. For whatever reason you have value to me, I'm watching your video. I could watch it on mute and get the same value. And that's whatever. It is what it is. You sold down the river a long time ago. You're making money. Go for it. Follow the dream, But I watch for the footage. I make my own opinion on it. Now, there's other YouTubers I would absolutely go and watch it, and I would not even watch the footage. I'd have playing their audio in the background and hearing their thoughts on something. This is what I mean. The viewer has to figure out who these people they trust are. Some people have a long track record. Some people don't. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't think for themselves, and they don't think that's that deep. They just go with the masses and who's on the top of Reddit and all these things, and it's the way the world works. But I don't know.
It goes back to your point though about like the way that YouTube is being dealt with. Like, that they're just taking these Battlefield 5, not even rumors based upon anything DICE or EA have said, but more upon someone on Reddit posted this, so Battlefield 5 Armageddon. We all remember that.
Yeah, the rumors are just what they think people are going to click. That's it. I mean, that's.
And they will, and they fucking will. That's the problem because people are hungry.
Well,
for the
I
next
mean,
game.
we're in the January doldrums of gaming.
The bad
And
CPMs,
people
the
are going
bad
to attach to whatever they can get.
You're gonna get shit videos this month. I'm sorry, they don't pay well.
Pretty much.
Even if you get a good video, they pay shit. The CPMs are way low. People are holding their budget. If you don't really understand the industry of YouTube, the same 100,000 views are not worth the same they were a month ago. Excuse me, guys.
No, it's funny because it actually kind of goes back to what we were talking about, like the whole what the YouTubers are posting now. Like they'll do the Ask Me Anything thing. You know, they'll do speculation based upon, oh, this image or this little one thing in the code or like this thing that they advertise. Like it goes back to what I was saying about the GTA 5 thing, the Liberty City map, because they were giving away a T-shirt to promote their PSP game. Wake up, puppy. They,
He's dead now.
it's like GTA 5. Fuck this shit, Mumbles.
It's just you and me now, I bet.
Probably. No. Oh, it's trying to find him. Oh, fuck that stare. Like staring into your soul.
I will eat your heart.
That's why your soul. No, but it's like, you know, they were trying to promote their the game they had on the PSP, Liberty City Story. So, hey, if you bought this on iPad or Android, you know, we'll give you your character on GTA Online a free shirt. People immediately took that as, oh my God, they're bringing the fucking GTA 4 map into GTA Online. And like, you know, one guy's like, oh, I can't wait for this and this. Oh, and Liberty City. And it's like, never fucking happened. Oh, you know, my guy must have given me bad information. No, you're just fucking speculating, trying to get popularity on fucking Twitter and YouTube. It's that easy. And you take it and run with it. That's what it comes down to. And Battlefield is now becoming that exact thing. You're going to have people saying, oh, you know, I'm going to talk about this. And then they're going to be like, oh, I don't want to talk about this anymore until we have concrete evidence from DICE. 2 days later, a Reddit post, Battlefield 5, you know, freaking leaked footage. And it's like, oh, here we go again. We're going to have another cycle of Battlefield 5 videos from these YouTubers. It's,
Yeah, it's whatever they can attach to ultimately. But, yeah, I mean, I think anybody with at least some kind of discerning knowledge or skepticism is going to look at these videos and say, yeah, that's entertaining for what it is, but I don't believe it.
yeah.
It's possible that there are like 8-year-olds that believe some of this stuff verbatim, but myself personally, with a little bit of experience, I'm pretty skeptical.
I look at it like this, though. I look at it like this. And Puppy, I mean, you chime in here, please. I know you'd be excited for 2143, Puppy, because if we got a proper Titan mode, I mean, look, yes. But I'd rather have Battlefield 3 backwards compatibility on Xbox One. That's just me. I would fucking kill for that.
I don't want the same game over again. And I think that's part of where, like, maybe my view on 2143 is a little bit misconstrued because, like, do I love 2142? Yes. Do I want 2142? No, I don't. I played 2142. I don't need it again. You know, would I like to see an updated and improved and see where they can take that with the concepts and the technology that they've developed since developing 2142? Yes, I'd love to see that, which is why that's part of why I get excited for it, because of the way that they handled it. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what sells the game to me is more just like that. 2143, I think, was one of their better balanced games. It wasn't even necessarily the setting. Like Titan mode was the tits. Like, yeah, sure.
It was.
That was amazing.
Yeah,
but it was also like the whole game in general was one of their better balanced games because they took the number of guns they had, they chucked it way down to where basically each class, there was, you had your 4 classes, but each class basically only had 3 guns, and that was it. And they took it in a different direction that the other Battlefields hadn't been in a long time and haven't been back to in a while. As far as balance and gameplay goes, which is what made it so fun to me. So, I mean, if they took the Battlefield 5 setting and they went World War II with it, I could be okay with that so long as they kept the balance. Like, to me, what made 2142 solid was the balance. It was the map design. It was that aspect of it. I mean, Titan mode, again, was huge because it was different. It was revolutionary for me. And it was a multi-stage game mode. I like complex game modes like that. I don't need another Titan mode per se, but like say you got some sort of World War II game mode that's multi-stage. Like as an example, you talked about Omaha Beach, where it's like get up the beach, and then once you're up the beach, then your next objective is to get inside the pillboxes. you know, and blow up
Then
the
advance to
pillbox.
Paris, then take
Yeah,
out Berlin, then
right,
enact the Marshall Plan.
And watch Vin
Exactly.
Diesel get shot by a sniper and die.
That's what I'm saying, though. It's like, you know, like the multi-tiered multiplayer matches is what I like. Domination's fun, Conquest is fun, but like, you know, kind of Rush kind of had the right idea with
Yeah.
progressing the game through a map in a certain way. Now in Battlefield 4, they kind of fucked up on map balance. But the idea behind it, you know, the idea behind progressing through an area, to me, like an evolving game in the course of one map. To me, that's what makes it fun. Because part of why I rip on Black Ops 3 or even Titanfall, you know, any of these other first-person shooters, is because they didn't have the evolving gameplay. It was just kind of the same thing for the whole course of the match until it ends, and then either you won, you lost, GG, and load the next map. You know, and without that evolution, I felt like it was just kind of a hollow game.
Yeah.
Which is also part of why I even rip on MOBAs, like lol.
We'll get into that later. Well, you know what's funny for me, and I know we disagree on this one, Pup, but for me, Titanfall, one thing I loved about it is what you loved about the basic core gameplay of 2142. Stripped down. Here's like 5 guns. Choose what you want. You know, here's a Titan. You know, choose what your primary gun on that thing's going to be, and your little 2 here, you know, things here that, you know, either keep you alive longer or eject you before you have a nuclear explosion on your dick. And and you know, that was what was fun though for me. Like, and if you play the campaign mode, it was switching between the modes, so it wasn't like you know, in Call of Duty you go to domination. All you do is play domination. So you had attrition, which is kind of like kill confirm. You had hard point. But I see where you're coming from with the, you know, the lack of map evolution. But you know, for me, Battlefield 4, I agree, 100%. Map balancing was beyond horrible. I mean, look at. This is your favorite map of Battlefield 4, Pup. Dawnbreaker.
Yeah.
And Dawnbreaker was a horribly imbalanced map. Horribly thought out map in terms of the overall idea of it. Like, jets. Why the
Rush?
Russia was like,
I could. Combination of symmetry and asymmetry.
Yes.
Like, I think that's one of the huge things when it comes to map balance is you have to have enough asymmetry to make the map feel unique no matter where you are, to give visual representation of where you are. But then you have to have enough symmetry to keep it balanced, because symmetry is essentially, that's the core of map balance.
the thing with me is like, I want to use Dawnbreaker as an example, Pup, because I know you're not a fan of tanks because you're a scrub, but you know you're not a fan of tanks. You know, you're just not a fan of tanks. You know, and I get that. You know, I always bash on you like, oh, you know, go play Call of Duty then, no tanks there, and you've actually played Call of Duty. Good.
Yes.
But you know, for me, it's like I want to look at Dawnbreaker and what made this mode bad. You know, the map bad. Like, I agree with you. It had the perfect balance of asymmetry and symmetry. What broke it for me was you look at Rush. Why does a team get an attack chopper here and there's no defense outside of a guy with a Stinger or Igla? Why does this, you know, why, and then why the only counterbalance is a jet? Like, why is there a jet here? Like, why is there a jet in that map in general? You look at a, you know,
2 jets.
2 jets, yes. And you look at a map. Let's go to Battlefield 3. Let's go to the Back to Karkin DLC. Strike at Karkin. That map, if you're going by Battlefield 4 development standards, you could have put fucking 2 choppers and 2 jets on that map as well.
Well, they would have put boats on that map. They would
They
have put
would've,
an
yeah.
AC-130. They would have put
Oasis and Bad Company and Bad Company 2. You could have put choppers in that map as well, but you didn't because it didn't fit the flow of what that map was going for. Infantry focus with ground vehicle warfare. And if they were to say, okay, if you were to take Dawnbreaker Conquest 64 and, you know, just remove the choppers, remove the air vehicles, you know, so there's no way you can, like, outside of the elevators, get on these ridiculous rooftops to freaking, you know, troll people. Like, how much better would that map have been in Conquest? How much better would it have been if they actually fixed the issue with the spawn beacon, allowing you to get on top of that one building over by the U.S. spawn side and just sit up there sniping all day. How much better would it have been?
I think that's less of a map design issue and more of just a gadget mechanic issue.
No, either way, though, I mean, if you just got rid of the choppers and the jets and had
or the
like,
spawn beacons.
yeah, that too, and you get rid of, you don't need 2 tanks, you don't need 2 IFBs. Maybe if 64 you do, but you just get rid. Jesus Christ, that fucking stare.
Sorry.
I just lose my train of thought when I see that shit. You get rid of all that, and it's like you have a really well balanced map. There's no need for a little bird, an attack chopper, a stealth jet on both sides. There's no need for that.
I think it really just came down to they had 10 maps at launch, and they decided, hey, we need to have this cross section of vehicles playable on at least this many maps. Blah blah blah. I think it was designed by spreadsheet as opposed to
I can see that.
as opposed to just saying, hey, we should make these maps what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, this is a question for both of you. I mean, I wish Culprit was here for this because I would love to hear his response. But Puppy, I mean, Darth, you have the luxury of having the Origin service, so you can go ahead and boot up Battlefield 3 whenever you damn well please and play it. Me and Pub, we're on Xbox One now. In order to play Battlefield 3, we'd have to boot up, drag out the old 360, boot it up, plug it in, re-download
I have it on my PC.
Well, I mean, I would say, but you mainly play on console, so it's like if you want to play with Aardvark, we'd all the majority of us have to go to great lengths just to play Battlefield 3 again if we wanted to.
Right.
But if it was like, let's say we all were on the same platform, doesn't matter which platform, we were all like Battlefield 3 or 4, which would you say, without hesitation, would you go to?
I'd still go for 3.
I
It was
would
fun. It was more fun.
Yeah.
So there are a couple of elements in 4 that I'm particularly pleased that they changed from 3. I really hated the suppression mechanic in 3 quite a bit.
Okay.
Greatest they changed the Rambo revives from 3, and I actually like the light critical and heavy critical system in Battlefield 4 for vehicles, being an infantry player as opposed to a vehicle player. Now, if I were playing exclusively vehicles, I would want to be in Battlefield 3 because I don't have to worry about nearly as many. I can take more care of my vehicle and try to keep that alive as much as possible.
Yeah.
And just the visual upgrade is also nice. But as far as maps, I would throw them all out from Battlefield 4 and go for Battlefield 3 in an instant.
See, yeah, that's actually basically why I would choose 3 is because of the maps. As far as mechanics go, I think you're right. Battlefield 4 was the better performing game as far as gameplay mechanics go.
Maybe a year later, yeah.
Yeah,
No, well,
after they all got tuned and polished.
By a secondary studio, mind you.
It took a while for them to get their shit
You know what's
straight.
funny?
But
This fucking studio that fixed Battlefield 4 is the studio that you fucking rip on, Pup, from Warfighter.
I
So
don't even want to know what you guys are talking about now.
you know what part of my issue is actually with Warfighter. You can take this as you will. And
Are you talking about Warfighter for real?
We're bringing it up somehow.
We'll keep this kind of quick.
Wow, better than I thought you'd be talking about.
I don't know if you recall, but I actually got in touch with the Warfighter devs and played with them. And
Didn't Scott do that at once or something?
Yes,
Right? Yeah.
Scott hooked me up and talking
We
with
had
him
like
and
a
everything,
competition,
and-
right?
Yeah, we had a little competition and
That was cool.
everything. And I talked with them off the screen, and off the screen, they were just assholes.
Oh,
Just-
really?
Just straight up assholes to me. So that's where I was kind of like, you know what?
You're a
Screw
dog.
For me, I remember reading like they had fired their main executive producer, and there was like there's
President,
all
yeah.
these other things that they wanted to do with Warfighter. Like
They
one of
arrested
big
the
things-
consultants.
Yeah, because they broke fucking policy or something. But like I remember they were talking about there was supposed to be like weapon degradation. That would have been fucking awesome. Like you're in the middle of a battle, you're getting lit up, and your gun's just like Far Cry 2. Forgot. Yep.
That's already been a
Listen.
thing, and it was terrible.
That
But there were
game,
so many ideas they had.
that
though,
game was
that-
trash. I'm sorry.
They had ideas about Warfighter that
That might have been
once
the
they
worst
got
money I
rid of
ever
their
spent.
Executive producer, it's like they were gone. It's like they never came to fruition. I think the biggest issue I had with Warfighter was the 2-man. What was it, fire team? I think it was, or-
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
And, it's like, and you could never get into a match. Like even if you had like, for example, let's say it was the 4 of us playing: Culprit, Darth, Puppy, and myself. Even if we entered a party system, it's like one person would be stuck on the other side. Wouldn't be partnered with the other. Like we'd be partnered
That
with the
game-
random.
was all about
It
the
had its
maps.
issues.
The maps were the worst first-person shooter multiplayer maps I've ever played in my life.
I love the gunplay though. The gunplay was great.
And the
I love
menus
the
that game was trash from top to bottom.
the gunplay was.
Did it
great.
have some good ideas? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But the game was trash.
You know what though? Okay, would you rather have?
Oh God, that tastes.
that one.
What? Yeah.
Would you rather have
Go ahead.
Halle Berry or
Vivica A. Fox. Ooh.
Keep going. All right. So I don't know. Where do you guys stand on Rainbow Six? 'Cause I'm seeing some guys talking
Oh,
about
I
it.
just want to finish. If it's
all right,
okay.
no,
Okay,
I
so
do.
one topic. One thing I want, and this is just me. I fucking hate Rush right now. I want something more than MCOMs, and DICE proved they could do more than MCOMs with.
I just
Medal of
want
Honor.
a good rush.
Well, here's the thing.
That's all I want.
Wouldn't you want to have a Pup? You talk about map evolution, right?
Yeah. Doge
Talk
looks
about
very
shit.
interested. He's like
I know. Well, no,
eye
Pup, you
rolling
talk-
at the bumbles right now. It's
Right?
great. I love this thing.
This guy.
I forget that comes through sometimes.
Well, you know what it is? It's Pup, you like Rush, right? And you talk about map evolution. This fucking thing. Oh
I'm
my
not-
God.
look,
It's so fucking.
how do you?
I gotta fucking like block it
Puppy,
out.
like
corner or
Doge
something.
is 10 times more intriguing than you are. Like I'm going to have Doge next podcast. Like that's it. Like I used to joke that you were only on this podcast for your mustache, but like straight up, you were
Now we
here
need
for your
Doge.
face rig now.
From
That's
on,
it.
Doge.
That's
Yeah,
what I
we
said.
just changed the
I'm
name
going
of
to I'm going to like transparent green screen a mustache on Doge, and that's it. Like you're done, Pup.
I can green screen him now if you want.
Oh, this is so good.
Okay, Pup, you talk about.
I
map
love this thing,
evolution
man.
and changing gameplay in a map in a single match, correct?
Yeah.
One thing I loved about what DICE had done with Medal of Honor 2010, the Tier 1 game, was the combat mission, where it was basically Rush, but you had more than just destroying MCOMs. You had to hold a position and push the enemies back for a certain amount of time. You had to secure a crash site. And then maybe every now and then you blew some shit up. But it was more about, clear roadblock. Okay, now move to this hill and drive the enemy back away from it. I would love that. Oh my God.
All right, so let's do this. I'm not even gonna talk. I can't even contemplate Warfighter right now because that game I have blocked that game out of my memory. Battlefield 3 versus Battlefield 4 maps.
Oh, you missed it. We talked about
did it? You did maps?
Yeah.
Because I'm.
Yeah,
all right.
the
All right.
general
Where did you guys
consensus.
go? Because I'm just then that's what I'm picking up in chat.
Gameplay wise, Battlefield.
No.
4.
I'm talking maps. Which one do you prefer?
Battlefield 3.
Maps.
yeah,
Purely
Battlefield 3
maps.
hands
Yeah,
down. Boom.
yeah, Battlefield 3.
I'd even take Armored Kill.
Oh, get the
Oh fuck! I would actually. I hate to say.
Altai
I would
range and all.
See Armored Kill with Battlefield 4's gameplay. I would love that.
Now, the Armored
Okay.
Kill can go right in the trash bin for me. There was
Armored
nothing.
Kill was not a good set of maps.
Or how about
but
this? Armored
anything.
I think
Kill.
they're on par with Battlefield 4.
Armored Kill or China Rising.
China Rising was which one?
No, okay. So China Rising has Greenland Peaks in it, which
Right,
I
that's
can stand
what
quite a lot.
Really? I can't stand
Yeah,
it.
I think you're right, Link. I mean, if we could put an all-star map pack together, like let's say, all right, DICE, take off on Battlefield 5. Let's just take the best of Battlefield 3 and the best of Battlefield 4 and just copy pasta right in. Like
Can we please use Bad Company too? Or no?
they won't, but they have to actually
Sure.
work on those. It's a different engine. What do we got? We got A1, we got Bizarre,
no, Bad
right?
Company's a Frostbite.
Well, obviously they'd have to do
Bizarre,
Metro. They'd have to do
throw that
Metro.
in there.
Metro,
Sun Crossing,
Sen,
I'd throw that in there.
Sure, yep.
Shoot, is there anything from Battlefield 4?
I know what Puppy's thinking. And he's
Telemarket.
itching to say it, Pup. I know what you're
Right,
thinking.
I love
So what now?
telemarket.
The Rush map. I know you're thinking.
I got lost.
Davamon Peak.
Oh, yeah. Give me Demovan.
It wasn't a very good map, but at least it had like a story to it. Like at least that
It
map
had the story, and
Yeah.
every time you played on that map, like it was always, you're just kind of playing the first like two objectives when you're playing Rush. You're just
I
kinda,
can't take you seriously.
and then you get through to that second, or you beat the second
You do the
objective.
cliff
You're like,
jump.
fuck
Yeah.
let's do it.
Now
Let's
you
go."
knew you won. You knew you won at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Pearl Market. I'd actually throw that
Pearl
in
Market,
there.
yeah.
I like that map a lot.
I like
Yeah.
I would take Bizarre, Sen. I like Telemarket at Battlefield 3, but that's a lot like Pro Market, so you can
That was
kind of
an Aftermath, correct?
yeah.
Dude, just fucking, throw all the fucking Aftermath.
I could do
maps
all
in there.
Aftermath. I'm trying to think
Yeah,
of who else.
Propaganda's okay. I actually really like Sharky Peninsula from the Kharkiv
Well, I was gonna say,
set.
goodness, why can't I think of the name of the map?
I kind of
Karkand.
liked Olive Karkand.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I
Karkand.
liked Olive Karkand. I'll be honest.
Give me if
I
you
did.
were to take Karkand, all the aftermath maps.
But seriously, like
Hell, you know what? Throw Zima Tower in there. Zima Tower was a fucking howler.
you could redo close quarters, but just do it with some
Yes.
better spawns.
do it better.
Yeah.
Do it better. And
The
take out
idea
fucking
was
shotguns
okay.
before
The i-
Puppy has a fucking
Yeah.
aneurysm.
No, the
Yeah,
idea was okay.
That's my thing. Is yeah, close quarters was good. I think they realized at least okay. You might want to record and highlight this bit because this will be the only time you'll ever hear me say this shit. This is one
But
of
it's
the
not
few
really you,
times
so
I
it's
think,
okay.
This is one of the few times where I think that console limitations actually held the map back. I feel like the potential was there. What they wanted to do with it was there, with the destruction and everything going
The
through.
destruction was good. Yeah.
You know, the walls and everything. And then they realized, oh shit, we can't do this on console, guys.
Could you
And then-
imagine?
Like, what if they came out with like the next Battlefield? Let's just say they called it like Battlefield Legacy or like whatever, and like we're saying there was nothing really new, just rehashed. Let's say Battlefield 4 because that's the newest engine iteration. So it's Battlefield 4 gunplay, Battlefield 4 mechanics, but they just went back and took some Battlefield 2 maps. They took some Battlefield Vietnam maps. They took like the best 2 of each game. You end up with 12 maps or whatever the case may be. I would be fully erect for that. Like I would. Like,
How much?
but my point is like how easy
He'd be
is
flipping
like,
over his table.
I mean, but here you go. You're taking the gunplay, which Dice LA has worked very hard to tighten up. It's in a good spot. You don't have to come up with new. Like, honestly, I'm not trying to. Like, we're sitting here critiquing. It's hard to come up with a really, really good map. That's why CS:GO is played on the same maps from 29 years ago. But the balance map, good balance map. So like, you've got a library of maps. Some have worked, some have not. Like, go back and get some and use them. Like, you can reskin them, do whatever. But obstacle here. You can change that obstacle. You can make the obstacle whatever you want to fit the theme of the map, but the general flow and the layout of a map, use it. Like, I'd be all about that. Like, I would wish Battlefield 5 they would do DLCs based on here's the Battlefield 2 DLC, here's the Battlefield 1942. Like, use the maps that worked.
What was it? Second Assault? It's like they had that chance with Second Assault, and they
What the fuck?
fucking
What did they do with that?
squandered
Like,
Second Assault. Let's give Operation Everyone Gets a Tank.
Firestorm.
Firestorm. Oh my god.
Caspian. What was that? What was the other one in there?
Caspian,
Metro
Metro. Not sure.
Fireflame's
Not
in
Sharky.
there.
Cut to.
No, it was the other one.
They messed up by not going no shot.
Well, let's name the back to Karkin maps were Sharky, Strike at Karkin.
Oman. It was Oman.
Oman,
Yeah,
go
Gulf
for
of
Oman,
Oman with
yes.
the dust storm. But like that was.
Gulf of Oman is fun.
It's a
I will
clear
give
case
them
of Dice being too stubborn, and we know best. That's all it is. It's just them. We know best. We design video games. We know better than you.
I think I've asked this question on previous podcasts before, but I'm going to do it again because
They tried to hide behind metrics, but that was bullshit.
Yeah, I want to open this up to the chat as well. If you could replace Metro and Oman, here I'm going to say these three because I don't consider
Metro's
Oman
not
a
even the one I hate out
vanilla
of that map
Battlefield.
pack.
Here, I don't consider Oman a vanilla Battlefield map, Battlefield 3 map rather.
No, it's
And
about-
that's what I was expecting. I was expecting vanilla Battlefield 3. So if you can replace,
Right.
and I thought personally for me, I thought Caspian Border was far better in Battlefield 4 than it was in Battlefield 3. That's
I
just my
didn't really
opinion.
care for it in either
Yeah,
one.
I think
I
that's
fought over
actually the
Hilltop
case
in
because I
every
don't
one.
get rockets from jets all the time.
There
like
you go.
Battlefield 4.
So if we were to say, okay, let's keep Caspian Border in it, but if you were to replace Metro, Firestorm, and Oman, what would you
No, see,
put in
you
its
could
place?
keep Metro in there.
No,
like,
take
to me-
it the fuck, take it the,
Rapazar,
no,
Side
take it the fuck
Crossing,
out.
and-
No, but see, here's my thing. Metro scratches an itch. I like Metro. I've said this before. Metro's like a big bug light, right? It's like this thing you just put
yeah.
out there,
Okay.
and all the retards go and play that map. And then I don't have to deal with them on my map. You know,
Okay,
like
but
if
would
that's
you
what you
rather
want, you want
have-
that meat grinder, go
But
for
that's
it.
what Locker's for. That's what Locker's for.
Same, yes. Well, listen, I like Lockers a lot better than I like Metro.
Okay,
yes.
but here, okay, would you rather have Metro or Bazaar?
Oh, Bizarre, come on
Okay,
now.
that's
Bizarre's
it.
like my top
For
3
me,
map.
I'd replace Metro with Bazaar.
Oh, I don't know anybody that really wouldn't.
Replace Firestorm with Davamond.
Firestorm
and-
with any other map
Yeah, any
ever
fucking map.
fucking created.
Give me fucking
Firestorm's one of the
Lockers
worst
again.
maps
I don't
ever
care.
made. I'm sorry. For me, I'm
and
an
then I
infantry
would
guy.
replace-
So
what's the other-
if you
I would
like planes
replace
and
Oman.
vehicles, you might disagree.
Okay, no, excuse me. Firestorm I would replace with Scene Crossing.
Sen is like
and then
might be my favorite
I
map
would
ever.
replace Oman with
See,
No
I don't-
Char Canals.
I don't mind
Because
Oman
I-
as much.
What they
but
did with
yeah.
No Char for the was it Legacy Operations? Was it called?
Yeah.
Or it was
Dragon
Battlefield 2
I haven't
Dragon
even played
Valley,
it.
and then they threw fucking the little courtyard of the shipping yard.
Yeah,
It's
but it's not
horrible.
the same.
No, it's too spaced out. It's like
I haven't played it, so
just-
I can't really say too much. Yeah.
oh, it's horrible. It's not that
Like,
great,
yeah, I just want to
but-
say, like, yeah, I mean, you're saying lack of innovation, but if they marketed it as just simply a reunion, like a rehashing, I think you'd be okay with it. If they build it up like a new Battlefield 5, all new maps, and then you realize it was just reskinned old maps, I could see that.
Uncalled for CPU has the perfect replace Battlefield 4 Oman with Tetris for all I care. Fuck yes. I think they had the perfect.
I think if you took Battlefield 3, it was even limited to Battlefield 3 and Battlefield 4. You can throw DLCs in there, whatever. There's enough maps in there that I don't like right now. Innovation is not a word I give a shit about. I want good. Like I just want good. I want balanced. I want works. Like it's so sad that that's what I would settle for Battlefield 4. It could look exactly the same, like skinning. I don't care. Like I would just make it work. Like just make it work as it should have. It should be like Battlefield 4 all over again. They should name it. Like
I
what
remember.
works.
Battlefield 4 all over again.
Yeah,
I know you
it's like-
guys were playing Battlefield
That's
4
the working
well
title.
from its release well into mid June the following year. But Pup, I remember you took a break, I think, from Battlefield 4 until what was it came out? Naval Strike? What? Naval Strike?
Oh, you know what? No. I did take well, okay, it wasn't that I took a break. It's that I didn't have a premium. So like everyone left me in the dust.
To be honest with you,
And then
Dan,
we got you premium.
And then y'all got me premium
We
for
love-
I got on Battlefield 4 on the PC, but I don't think he even played.
Fuck your PC.
Did you install it?
to play it.
Did
I
you install it?
I installed it.
I didn't pay money for it, so I'm not gonna pretend like I got all butt hurt. Tried to get my buddy to come play.
But that was the
Called in some favors on a guy leaving his job. But Darth, I'm gonna disagree with you. Rush on Bazaar, and Bazaar is one of my favorite maps ever, was pretty friggin' terrible. That one choke point with the one tank.
I loved it just because.
But that's why I loved it at the same time. That's where I was
Puppy's
going.
smiling
with it.
right now. I know for a fact he is.
There were
What's that?
There were a couple of spots where it would get caught up, but I really
It was
liked
right
Rush
around
on
the
Bazaar
corner.
because
Yeah.
there were some really good plays that clever players could make to
Face
outmaneuver the meat grinder.
But that's why I love it. It was like a metro. It was a metro done better. Like it was a meat grinder.
Yeah.
But it wasn't this. You were just in a bullet tube. Like it was like you could kind of have some freedom, but don't think you're gonna get too much because we're gonna still smash your faces into each other. Like that's what I loved about it. It was still nonstop action, but I did have a couple options, or at least the illusion of options.
You know what the thing is though? Battlefield 3 this is a testament to it. Battlefield 3, the maps, no matter what console you played. I mean, I agree with you, Pup. I agree there were limitations set by the consoles that kind of,
Which that'll be exciting for the next iteration or two.
Yes, it will. One of the things I loved about Battlefield 3 was that it didn't matter
I
what
agree with that
class
uncalled
you
for.
played. You always made a difference. You always could make a difference.
Oh,
on any
one
map
guy could
almost,
hold a point, for
regardless
sure.
of what class you played. Like, let's look at Tehran Highway and Bazaar. All right, you could play assault, recon, support, engineer, and you will still be able to actually contribute sizably.
That I think was less to do with the map design, though, and I think that was more
How
to
do
do
we
with
take his opinion
the
seriously?
console limitations on player counts.
Mm-hmm.
And, like I've been preaching this for a long time. Rush has never been a
No.
32 or 48 player
32
game.
you can get
It
away
is
with. Yeah, but yeah, I agree with you.
To me, I still
know where
think
you're going.
32 is too much. To me, it's always been a 24-man game.
You gotta have some
Yes.
space.
And-
Yeah.
To me, that's the sweet spot for Rush.
Yep.
Because the single objective or the dual objective is still funneling everyone together, but it's not
I'll tell you
so
what.
many
24-man
players.
Metro Rush is fun. It's
Yeah.
good.
Well, you know why
Like,
it's fun? It's
people don't want to
because
say that, but
It's like what Puppy
Because it's
loves.
not nade spam.
no, and
And
it's
it's also-
it's just lines. It's an ebb and flow because there's not enough
But
players to just hunker down and stay there. It
But it's not
moves.
just that; it's the ever-changing pace of the map, and that's what I loved about Rush on Metro and Battlefield 3 more than I love about Battlefield 4. In Battlefield 4, you got all these guys posted up with their fucking skill cannon DMRs and their zeroed-in sniper rifles and their shotguns. So
Can
Give you that,
we
pup.
we don't agree on much. Let's just establish right now this love affair with Wake Island can go fuck itself.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Can we delete that map?
I'm so
I think
happy
it's
that it
ended.
hasn't
I
returned.
think-
in
Can we
this
delete that
iteration
map?
of
The
Battlefield.
fact that it hasn't come out. In
Can we just
Battlefield 4
delete that
is
map? Because
perfect.
I'm done with that map. All right, it was never, in my opinion, it was never a good map.
It was good in Battlefield 1942.
It wasn't bad.
Never
I
good
didn't have
after
this.
that.
I didn't
I'll
have
say
this love
this:
affair
it
for
was
it.
nice to see it in Battlefield 3, but it was definitely
was
not
terrible
the map I
in
was
Battle-
excited
oh my
to see.
God.
Whenever I saw it pop up after the first couple times, I'm like,
Oh,
start.
but they
quit.
love it. That's the
It's over.
Battlefield experience. I'm getting
the
the,
one thing that-
the
Like they have
crazy
to
puppy
start
stare.
thing.
quit.
The one
What's that?
thing Wake Island Battlefield 3 did
Oh.
was 2143 on the shipping grades. That's what it did, and it gave my heart palpitations. That's all. It did. Puppy's eyes.
I can't. Yeah,
Puppy.
that's all I see.
I made the mistake and looked at the dog because Colbert said it. God damn it.
God.
You looked at yourself. It's like put Doge Inception.
You know what though? I
Dude,
like,
that stare is off the hook.
the
It's OP.
thing.
Nerf
I
the
wanna
Doge
make-
stare.
I'm gonna make this my final my final point about Battlefield.
No, it's not even close to your final point. But we'll
It's
we'll
gonna
let
be
you
for
talk.
now. For tonight.
We not even. We know this. It's just
We gotta go more. We got more topics to discuss.
my wife went to bed, so I'm open
Good.
for the rest of the night. I tried, but yeah.
I don't know. Fuck it. She's not getting anything. I'm not getting anything. Whatever.
No, listen. I mean,
Wait.
I'm excited talking about Battlefield again. Like I haven't talked about Battlefield in a long time. Here's
know
my
what?
wish. I hope DICE Stockholm took one on the chin, and I hope they're
Don't
like,
skip.
or I hope somebody there calls them up and
Oh,
be
but
like,
you took one on the chin, all right.
"Listen, guys, you don't
Oh.
fucking know everything. Listen to the people. Like, just listen a little bit. You don't do everything in this
But
little."
you expect them to listen?
No.
When they had the fucking community relations. Hey, go on Battlelog
Nah,
and tell us
he
what's wrong
wasn't.
with our game. Have you not fucking read Battlelog or
No,
Reddit?
that was all. Just like
That's just like the problem with with developers in general. And going back to, I forget who said. I think it was. I don't remember who it was who said it in the chat. I'm trying to scroll up. We were talking about the
Card
developers
TDM,
here.
man. I love me
No,
some
no.
Card TDM.
When you were talking about the developers and like, we were talking about like how you may be friends with them and you've built up a relationship with these guys from DICE and like you have it's hard to say, hey, game sucks,
Yeah.
bro.
Sure.
My thing is this, and it was Darth who responded saying devs have an ego too.
Oh yeah. Well, every
And
person
I
does.
responded in the chat, and I'm going to bring it up here. David fucking Vondahar from Treyarch. Look at, and I know Puppy loved Black Ops and Black Ops 2. Fucking look at Black Ops 2 and how
No, I didn't
fucking
like Black Ops 2.
good, because it was
Shut
fucking
your
broken
mouth.
piece of shit. And they were, he was like, people who got it early were talking about, even fucking optic and phase people, it's unbalanced, the guns are ridiculously broken, like there's like a huge imbalancing issues. And he responded on Twitter in general saying, oh no, I've looked at the math, I've worked on the numbers, everything's perfect. One fucking week later, response plus correction equals progress. I was wrong. No, he didn't say I was wrong. We're gonna fix it.
That's
So
fine.
you were fucking wrong, you dumb shit. It's
But
like,
dude, that's
that's
fine.
what developers all over, and it's like that's what my problem still with DICE is, and why I'm not.
They're too
really
stubborn.
looking- Yes, you don't know what's wrong with your game. Did you even play the some bitch?
No, they don't though. That's the problem. Lanky, is that? Where do you see that? I'm curious about that. He says game development is not a democracy. I've
I
never
feel
seen
like I
that
said that
officially
on
stated.
Twitter.
I mean, obviously that's.
Oh, have you not heard about the horror stories at Ubisoft?
No. I know this to be the truth, but I mean, is that on record that he's gone on to say that? I would be interested in reading the context of that. I mean, I think we all know that, but
I might actually Google that right now.
I was gonna say just cut paste.
Yeah, I mean, what was it? Demise telling us that? I mean, he's throwing statistics at us that the MAA is not OP, or the it's like
No, what was it? It was that
because it's getting assists, it's not getting kills because everybody ejects.
It's just destroying the vehicles, and it forces the players to bail. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not getting kills. It's not a high kill vehicle.
Oh, I'm sorry. The 30 millimeter doesn't cause somebody who's looking to actually get an achievement or
No, but
some
he
kind of
went like
assignment.
aggressive. I remember this was
remember
a
that
year
too.
ago, right? I mean, this might have been longer than that. And he was like, "Guys, this is false. It's not OP. It's not a bad thing. Look at it. I look at the metrics, and it doesn't even have that many kills."
I've
And
seen the math.
Anybody that's like played the game, like, yeah, you're not going to get a lot of kills because people eject. As you like, if you played your game, you'd understand. Like,
First Google
it just shows you they
response.
don't play the game.
Here it is. Quote, making games is not a democracy, says Deus Ex Human Revolution developers.
No, I'm looking for somebody
It's,
specific.
so it's honestly true. It's not a democracy.
No,
Like,
right? We
you
know
can have,
this.
You
I'm
can
just
have your
curious.
players telling you that they want a thing and
No,
still be
no.
able to say no.
And
to
sometimes
them
the developers
because
do know best. Yeah, I agree.
You may actually have a vision for what you want this thing to
Mm-hmm.
do. Now, are you right? Time will tell. But that's sort
Listen,
of
right now, I'll tell you right now.
why they're empowered to be the game designer in the first place is because they have
Some ideas,
an
you
objective in mind.
Right. Night
Now-
maps are the ultimate indication that players don't know what the fuck they want. They don't know. Like they people think they want
That's
night
true.
maps,
And a lot of times,
and then
do
you
have
build them,
players
and
that
you're
are-
like, this sucks. Well, anybody with half a brain would have known this sucks, but because you just don't think things through, because you're just the masses, night maps, night maps, night maps. No, you don't really want night maps, guys. Like anybody that knows, like it's a perfect example.
I loved Zavad night maps.
No, night maps are not what you want in a shooter. You don't want to. Listen, the irony here is the same assholes that were asking for night maps were the same guys that were bitching about suppression blurring your vision. Same fucking
Hey,
people.
fuck you, suppression. Deal with it.
Go right ahead.
I'm a proponent of suppression. I don't mind suppression as a mechanic. It's just the random bullet sway. Well, that's another topic. We've covered that topic 1,000 times. My point is like, you don't want to hurt vision unless it's a game that's made to be played stealthy. But Battlefield's not that. So.
Metal Gear.
I don't mind. Okay, here's my thing. I don't mind an occasional night map, personally,
Right. But would
for
you
the
rather?
sake
Go ahead.
for the sake of tech demo, for the sake of look at what our light engine.
Pretty.
can do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Beyond that, I don't want it. You know, like even if that
Don't
means like
toss me
okay,
that.
there's like one dark room and a day map. Like okay, that's cool. You know, you go in that dark room and then you see the light effects. Oh, that's fucking cool, and then you move on. Like that's all I need. I don't need a bajillion maps dedicated to it.
No, don't throw me a
That's-
DLC and
okay.
pretend like you did me a favor. Like-
They're
Yeah.
obsessed with night and snow.
Yeah, my thing is, I mean, the player base has this idea of what they want, and you listen to it and you're like, you have no idea what you want. I get that. And for a dev, you hear that all fucking day. So you just get sick of it and you tune them out. I get it. But at some point, you've just got to know, like, you've done a couple of decisions that have been really bad. Like, not saying you have to open a Twitter poll, but it's like, don't just, like when the community's pounding on something and they're just like, this is broken or this could be improved. Don't just shut it out. Be like, this is resoundingly, like, the player base
take a look
agreeing
at
on
this.
something is rare enough. When they're kind of universal on certain things, you got to be like, maybe there's some merit here. Like, don't just have this smug look like, we know better. We know better. We got this, guys. We got this.
Like,
I got this, guys.
seen the data
I got this.
and it
You
proves that
you
you're
want
wrong,
infantry
so,
maps, you want less ground, but we're gonna C-130. You're gonna like it. I promise. It's gonna be good. It's gonna work, guys. We're gonna nerf it a little bit every freaking patch we put out, but you'll eventually like this. No, it's just some ideas that just don't work, and it's.
I
just-
think that there's a bit of a conflict between what people are saying though and like as a developer, because you have that personal bond with the game you've developed, you try to lean towards people taking the vocal minority quiet majority approach. Like that's the way you want to feel about it. Now that may not be true, but that's the way you want to feel about any kind of harsh criticism, I think. You know, which
well,
could
right.
lead you to
That's
believe that
the
you do know
justification,
better.
right? Like you say, all right, yeah, everybody's complaining about this, but that's just the loud minority. Well,
Yeah.
but you would okay, that might even be true, but you don't hear the quiet majority that's saying the same fucking thing because they're quiet. You know, like sometimes they line up. Sometimes they do line up, like the C-130, the MAA. These things are like just accepted truths. And if you actually played your game, you would know this. You don't even need to listen to people. Play the game, and they don't. Like, hey,
Yeah.
listen, you know, you
eyes are
dev a
mighty
game.
because of
I can't even play the game. I didn't dev it that much, so. And Nike's right. I mean, most of the player base are scrubs and should not be listened to. But the same could be said is that higher up guys, the YouTubers, and I'm not bashing people. I used to include myself in the statement. Shouldn't be listened to either because they're also such a minority. They shouldn't be listened to. Somewhere in the way, like you should have real fucking community managers, not these guys, the puppets on Twitter and stuff. Like, to be fair, I think the community management has improved.
It has.
But you should have people. They don't even have to be like visual people. They should just be people that read forums, read to it, like there's just absorb. There should be a filter, constantly absorbing feedback. And eventually over time, the more and more you read, the more and more you interact, you get a general sense of the consensus of the community. you've kind of able to filter out the reactionary shit, and you're just going to be like, all right, people feel like this isn't infantry enough. Or people feel like like it doesn't even have to be details. It just has to be like, people are upset with the air fighting. Like, that's it. And then your developers go in and figure out what's wrong with it. But there has to be a sense of like what's wrong with the game. The gunfighting is off. There are too many explosions. Then it's up to your developers to go and be like, okay, there's too many explosions. What can we look at? Then you go into the nuts and bolts. But like,
but don't you think this is more like about like they want to appease the people who?
But like, here's my thing. Like Battlefield 4, right? Battlefield 4, it was broken. Sure.
Oh,
when you fixed attack, though, the problem for me, and again, I'm not necessarily Joe mainstream. Battlefield 4 was about vehicles, aircraft, whatever. It wasn't about infantry. So what did we get with our DLCs? About 37 new maps about vehicles. Like, there was no balance
Those
to
are
the
classic
DLC.
Battlefield maps, though.
It's a Battlefield experience. But like,
But what about? But
I'm not even asking for a close quarters. I'm not even asking for a bazaar. I'm not even asking for a telemarket, Pearl Market. You know,
but
can we just get a balance map once or twice? Like, can we get one? Like, they just get piling on and just adding on these vehicle maps. You're just like, I get it. You don't want me to play this game. I don't know. Like, they're just sometimes they seem like an ivory tower. They're too far out. They're too detached.
But don't you think that this is the developer, or even maybe the publisher, more so the publisher, wanting to appease the people who promote the games? Okay, and I think it was actually Lanky or Unwanted CPU who brought it up about X
The
Factor.
two have been bringing it really well. So thank you, guys.
They
Thank
have
you.
been
Thank you.
phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate it.
So, tip of the cap, and God bless, gentlemen. But let's look at X Factor, because I remember Lanky, I believe, brought up X Factor earlier. X Factor is a great player. That's just my opinion. I think he's a really good player. Too good for his own,
Lanky, hit me up on Twitter with that link. I'll take a look at it. Your spreadsheet.
And the thing with
sorry about the bot.
X Factor. Okay. But the thing with X Factor is, I remember one day he was complaining about the javelins. He was complaining about how the javelins are OP as fuck against people who want to use bows, who people want to use IFVs and tanks. Okay, cool. Couple weeks later, what do you think he does? He has a video of him on one of the naval strike maps going on a fucking killing spree inside one of the boats.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
And it's like,
yeah.
okay, so you have Dice who's looking at it. Okay, well, we got one of our bigger YouTubers complaining the fuck out of javelins. Okay, let's go change it. Changing it to coding, code monkey shit. Oh shit, he just put out a new video where he's going ham in a boat. What do we do? And then you have level cap. And this is the one thing that pissed me off about level cap and broke Battlefield 4 for me, the fucking DMR
I knew
situation.
you were gonna go there. I knew you.
I always go there, man. And it's something I'm never gonna let go either.
Because I haven't fucked up. Go ahead.
I won't ever let go of the DMR situation for multiple
I'm on the spice.
Point being, developers need to stop fucking, and this is, I don't care if they're watching, I don't care if they see their tweet and they decide to watch a VOD. You need to stop fucking caring about YouTubers. Start caring about
this gets back to the whole democracy part again, where it's
why are we having a better, more in-depth discussion
now? You can keep in your mind the bigger picture of, yeah, I could nerf javelins, but that's going to do this other thing that maybe you're not thinking about because you're not a game developer. You're a person that wants to go on a tear in a boat.
Yeah, I mean, X is always he'll use whatever's way available. I don't have a problem. I mean, how many UCAV montages did he put out?
Real quick, X Society. DMRs really aren't OP. They're just annoying. Okay, here's the thing though. The reason they're fucked up now is because level cap couldn't spam the fuck out of a gun that had high recoil and had.
The only problem I had with DMRs was the sound. That's all I ever gave a shit about.
The suppressed sound is more annoying.
That's all I cared about. Like, honestly, DMRs never bothered me. They really didn't.
I mean, Puppy, what about you, man? Come on, man. Come on, Doge. Give us a bone.
I don't want to talk about DMRs.
No, talk about
M60s.
How about this?
Talk about the M60.
You know what? You don't want to talk about DMRs? I want you to talk about shotguns. How do you feel about them, buddy?
Shotguns have always upset me, but I've said this many times. I don't think shotguns have a place in
I agree.
shooters.
High five. Virtual Paul 5. Right there.
Yeah,
If you can't do them right, take them out of the game. They're a niche gun. Nobody runs around with them as a primary. Nobody wants them as a
Shotguns
primary.
don't have a place in shooters. Shotguns have been in shooters since
No.
Dune.
But
I
here's
said
the thing, I
if you
don't-
can't
I
find a
won't-
right, if you can't balance them correctly,
You're not wrong.
take them out.
I'm
Like
gonna agree.
what would Battlefield 4 lose without a shotgun?
Nothing except for maybe the ability for
It's a
scrubby
niche gun.
players,
It's a niche, like,
to do good on
but
maps like
they can
Log.
never seem to get them. They can never get them strong enough. They can never get them. Like they can't find a place for them. Why do we force them
Well,
in there?
I think it comes down to what role do you want shotguns to fulfill?
Yeah.
And it
None.
feels
I thought
like
the
what
shotgun as sidearm was fine. I thought that was a decent idea, like a decent
shorty
compromise.
was great.
Yeah, I thought it was a decent compromise.
Like, do you accept that you should be able to kill a player in one shot? If no,
But did we need
we don't think shotguns
different
should be.
cartridges? Did we need all these
Yes.
different things? Because then you get into slugs. So now they're using them as sniper rifles. Now you get like, it seems like so
Under
much
the
resources were spent to this stupid.
Under the proper circumstances, I have no problem with a one-hit kill. Again, under the proper circumstances. For instance, there's no way anyone and Aardvark, God, I hope he's not. I hope to God he's on the check because he will fucking kill me for this.
You
I
left
do
his
not.
internet studio.
44 Magnum with a scope should not be a one-hit kill headshot from 50 meters out. I'm sorry. That's that. Enough said. Shotgun should not be a one-hit kill from
Yeah.
more than 5 meters out.
Even like
And we're not talking about Call of Duty tonight, thank God, for Multiple Warriors.
We'll
So I will
never
not shut the fuck up
probably
about it.
on
I'd be like Puppy in Neverwinter and Puppy in Destiny. Point being, though, like, after playing Call of Duty, I would agree with Pup. Fuck shotguns. Fuck them. Because you have 4 different shotguns in Call of Duty. Each of them, and those 4 guns are the only guns firing anything other than the word kindness to you. Like, you get shot from halfway across the map with a gun called the Argus. It's like a lever action. You're dead.
we're not gonna go deep into COD. So wrap your point.
No. But I will say this: shotguns though.
But X Society's got a good point. All right, shotguns, like, they're a traditional weapon.
Yeah.
But
they are.
sorry, but why do we need an automatic shotgun? Like, why do we need
don't.
a magazine shot? Like, now you're starting to bleed them into like these other. You want to have them in there? Have them have a traditional shotgun. The benefits that are traditionally to a shotgun, the traditional detriments, very clearly defined. We don't need 6 different variations of a shotgun. You want to make a sidearm shotgun
know
and a
what?
main shotgun? Like, fine, okay, sure.
I don't
I don't get this necessary to
I don't care
have.
that it's traditional.
Okay, Hub.
I don't care that it's traditional. In my opinion,
I
is it balanced? I mean, you fucking
but then my
lever
point
action
is-
Remingtons are traditional. I mean, that doesn't mean it should be in a fucking video game. It's just some
But-
things for this. You have to take a step back and you take a step away from reality and move into game balance for fun.
But
You
what
know,
about this,
sometimes you have to make that sacrifice.
What about this shot? Because I know you praise the fuck out of Rainbow. I think Rainbow Six Siege is a garbage game. That's me. I think it's like $20 worth of that. 30, I'll give it. Shotguns, you love what they did with the shotguns in there. No, they're not a one-hit kill. If that was the case in Battlefield, in Call of Duty, no matter what shooter you're playing, if shotguns, even up close, needed, and they were only semi-auto, needed 2 shells, would that be more acceptable to you than they are now?
I could probably accept it, but then I'm sure the people that are shotgun aficionados and fanatics
Yeah,
are
like
going
my
to say that
thing-
they're underpowered.
If you could have a
Well,
magnum,
yeah,
right?
it all comes down to time to kill in Battlefield. And
20
realistically, like, is it? They have so many things that are all over the place. I kind of feel like there needs to be sort of a rewrite for the entire gun mechanic system
Right.
for them to
Right.
sort of
Let's
come at
narrow
it
it down.
realistically again.
And then,
Yeah.
and I'm a bloat guy. Like, I actually like having, even if the guns are
Oh,
just
I love having all the
minutely
things that they
differently.
have.
Like, yeah, I mean, even if you're telling me like the F416, the Ace, these guns are not very different except for this little bit of I'm okay with that. Like, then it's like a Swiss Army knife with more fixings. I can find exactly what I need rather than trying to fit things. Like, I'm okay with more options, more attachments, more of these things, as long as they have a purpose. But it's like, I don't see why we need 20 different handguns, why we need 6 different shotguns,
No,
why
I
we need
agree.
10 different DMRs. Like, these are more niche tools, and that's what they are. They're tools. They're tools for a specific job. And
Yo.
like when one, like, Battlefield has this thing where, like, this niche weapon, be it a sidearm, shotgun, DMR, has to bleed into the other classes. It's like there can be no gap. You go from assault rifles, bleeds into shotguns. Assault rifles bleeds into DMRs. Assault rifle, there's like no space here. It has to overlap. And it's like, then it's like, how do you balance that? Like, I like the idea of a shotgun, like, because like no game, and this isn't just a dice thing, to me, can really balance a shotgun. They don't ever know where it needs to be. It's either too shitty or too OP, or so the idea of it being a secondary, limited magazines, up close, one hit kill. All right, great. Counter's kind of like the Magnum, which is a little more range, one hit kill. Doge, you're really bugging me out right now. But you know, like I thought that was a creative, actual way to go about a shotgun. But it's just like, then you've got, you know, what the hell is the one I'm working at? The explosive ones. God damn it.
Fucking puppy.
Frag rounds, and you've got flechette rounds, you've got the slugs, and I got the death stare. You know, like it's just like, so, like how do you like? Darth, maybe you can say this. How do you balance a gun that then has 6 different ammunitions, which then has all the? Like, it's just like you can't account for every different combination.
The best shotgun. This is me and puppy. I don't know if you could agree. If you will agree with me. For me, the last couple of years, the best shotgun, like where it's not like the OP skill cannon that I've seen, the Division. I can't one-shot anybody with that fucker.
Well, that's because again,
It's because your guys have thousands of
Well, because
even up close,
it serves, because it serves no purpose in the Division. See, that's the thing. Is like I feel like if, in order to get a shotgun to feel balanced, it has to serve no purpose. And if it serves no purpose, like because the reason why you can get away with it in the Division is like it takes 3-4 shots to kill somebody in the Division with a shotgun, and in that time, somebody with a fully automatic submachine gun has pumped 15 into you, and you're fucking dead.
Okay,
it's about
so let's
the same,
say this. Let's say if there were, okay, it's gonna hurt me because I'm an M1014 motherfucking lover. Second most used gun in Battlefield 4.
Oh my god!
Good job, so
It was the first most used until I gave him a hard time.
I'm gonna be it was, and I killed Puppy one too many times, and the motherfucker rage quit, and I felt bad because I love my boys. Point being, if there were to only be in any shooter from here on out, pump action shotguns, and they were 2 shell kills at the most, not least, most. Would you be accepting?
If everyone's running around with the shotgun because that's what the game is, it's Shotgun Combat 2015.
Bumble's #1 player all time.
Then clearly I'd be okay with it because everyone's on the same playing field. I think that's always been kind of my issue with shotguns is they imbalance the playing field, and it's just annoying.
I see a comment here about map pickups. I want map pickups. God,
number 9. The closest the shotgun comes to my top 10 is number 9 of the DBV-12. I guarantee probably about 90% of those kills are on Pro Market.
Well, what is it? The DBV-12 and the Saiga 12 are broken though. I got one hit killed by a Saiga with a frag round on Metro. Like literally, no. We had them. I hate saying this because Puppy's gonna fucking judge me. You've
been judged.
Oh,
hold on. I think I have a judge avatar actually.
Please do. Oh fuck. Please. Oh. Point being, we're gonna lose Puppy for a second. I think if he has one. Point being. Oh shit. Doge moved. Point being, we had him cap. We had C and B cap, and we pushed them back off Alpha, so they were spawning in the bank on the Russian side. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna pull my sniper because why the hell not? Get some kills.
It's time to level my sniper.
Yeah, time to level my sniper. Time to pad that KD like a proper boss do. And I did the proper way. I had the M40 with the flare scope, and I had smoke grenades thrown at my feet. So you can't see me, I see you. I got one hit fucking killed by a Saiga 12 frag round from inside the bank, and I'm just sitting there like.
I'm guessing somebody had C4 near you?
No. I was the only one in the corner building. Nothing near me. Done.
It's all those PlayStation hackers.
Fuck PlayStation, dude. I'm about to break that.
Or Xbox.
I hate fucking PlayStation 4 so much, but that's for later on.
Broken seal is broken.
Womanly bladder is womanly.
Are we done with shotguns? Because I want to
actually move on a little bit if it's okay. I want to talk to you, Colbert, a little bit about your console purchase.
My what?
Your console purchase.
Oh,
Bro.
I heard a C word. I didn't know what you're talking about. All right, yeah, we can talk about console. I know you're gonna try to talk me into stuff. Darth, you got a console?
Darth, get a console.
I got a PlayStation 3 behind me.
No,
I have an
like a
Xbox
real
360.
man
Oh,
console,
console.
Darth,
Man
like a real
A
console.
real console,
Man,
like an Xbox. No, I'm not gonna get an Xbox One or PlayStation until a little bit later this year. I
It's a
was planning
write-off. Come
getting
on,
it,
let's go. Come on, let's go.
in time for. I'm really actually interested in Mass Effect Andromeda.
God, yes.
All right, well, can I interest you in an Xbox One then?
Although I'm biased on that one because I know 5 of the developers.
Oh snap!
Oh, here
Let
we
me
go.
ask you.
You
is
are
this
full of
the
humble
game-
brags tonight, my
Now, let me
friend.
ask you.
Can I have some big screens here?
When
May
I
I have some
tried
greatness
the
to come up with
Oculus
me?
3 or 4 times.
May I ask you though, like, is that not the game you were talking about earlier that you're an NDA about?
No,
right?
you were right
Oh,
in the
no,
chat,
that's
Bumbles.
not- no.
You were right in
No,
the chat.
It was
You
Doom.
were-
Of course, it's
Yeah,
fucking Doom.
Well, you
Speaking of
weren't
which,
supposed
I'm
to
gonna
s-
break it up. You know what? I've been breaking NDAs all day. Fuck it. Doom. Fuck yes. Doom multiplayer. Fucking Quake 3 Arena. Fuck yes. Sign me up.
Puppy, next time, just tell me.
Breaking NDA all day.
Just link me this VOD next time, Pup.
But I'm excited for the next match with you on that, Darth.
X Society, I think they will have increased tick rate. That's why I was saying before. I hope that because we're dropping the old consoles, we'll see a bump up in technology for Battlefield. I'm saying.
Yeah. I think in general we're going to see a better bump. Like,
Yeah, I think I would hope a true next gen. Yes.
one of my favorite games in 2014 was Dragon Age Inquisition. And
I need to get back to that.
I was torn on that game. I enjoyed the hell out of that, but it was clunky as.
I still
No.
have to play The Witcher. I haven't
Yeah,
played it.
that one.
access Dragon Age Inquisition is free. But we'll get that later, I hope.
Well, yeah, we had
What do you
that.
mean, though? Like, it was one of my favorite games of all time. Again, another clear case of a developer other than DICE using the freaking engine DICE developed better than DICE does.
Oh, I don't know about that though. Like, well, you're saying for combat and stuff. Yeah, sure.
Point, no, overall. But that was one of my favorite games of 2014. But I forgot where I was because Jack Daniels screwed me over. No, point being, like, it's like you look at those. I'm just gonna. Oh, shit.
It's that.
I don't know. Whatever.
I stopped listening, so I didn't know what's going on.
No.
So.
Point being, it was one of my favorite games in 2014.
I'm doing things.
Okay, and it was
Important things.
and I felt it was held back majorly by the fact that it was also on PS3 and 360. And I think we're hitting that point now where we're saying to the old consoles and looking at only next
But I got one behind me. How am I going to play games on my console if they don't keep releasing for it?
spend money, motherfucker.
Dustin, I'm checking your tweet right now. Did he ever answer this tweet? I'm very curious that what he ever said, or link me to the actual tweet thread so I can check it out.
EA Access.
Well, I mean, we have a question from Dustin R again. He actually a couple. I mean, he's asking, what do you guys think about? It kind of harkens back to the Ronku guys. These guys that are clearly part of, again, the benefit program, be it payments or just schmoozing, that are now this couple of days coming out talking about EA Access, telling us it's a great value, telling us it's good. I don't see that much of a problem with it because it's up to you to decide your own value. But I think for most of us, it's not a value because most of us own these games already, and it's gonna be a year before we could kind of be like, oh, we don't own those games. So what was it, like $4 a month? I don't even know. I don't know. $5.
Well, on Xbox One, it was $5 a month.
I think it would potentially be a great value, but like for people that already own some of the games, it's like, come on.
Well, do you guys have a vault too? Because on Xbox One, I know we have a vault.
I have
We
no idea.
The vault games are the Madden games, FIFA. They added Dragon Age Inquisition last summer, like in August or September. And I remember seeing on the doc, like, why no Battlefront? I'll tell you why. They want money for that. I mean, it's still too new for them to put in that packaging. Should Battlefront be in the package in the vault? Yeah, I think it should.
It
I don't
will
see
be
why not.
soon. It will be
It
soon.
will be. I guarantee you, before Christmas 2016, Battlefront.
No.
will be
It'll be
announced.
before the next DLC because
No.
that game's dying.
No, it won't. No,
Yeah,
it
it
won't.
will. Because they're gonna want to sell DLC. They're
Is
gonna want to get as many
Hardline
people
in-
playing the
is
game.
Hardline? No, because is Hardline in the vault? Well, all the Hardline DLC's out, I think. It's an
Hardline needs to be in just a free-to-play game right now.
Yeah. Well, I think here's the thing. Coming from me, my experience is, if you have none of the games on EA Access and you're interested in seeing,
if you have none, it's a great value. I
It's
mean,
a great
honestly,
value.
I'll be honest,
And
it's a great value. Yeah.
BioWare bias here. I think Dragon Age Inquisition is alone worth it, and then you'll buy the DLC and you'll love the game. You'll enjoy it. If you don't, fuck yourself. But
Hey, thanks, Double Man. Have a good night, bud.
hey, good night, buddy. But point being is, I think it's a good DLC. I think it's, one of the biggest debates. I don't want to say last year, but like 2013 going into 2014 was, when are games going to become more of a subscription service more than a console? When is it going to be Xbox and PlayStation being a streaming service? And I think that's what we're looking more towards with EA Access. I mean, correct me if you disagree with me.
I think what you're going to see is first run stuff is more likely to continue to be what it is. And you're going to see them try to push stuff that's past the first 60 days of a game's release onto those EA Access type things where it's, you're maybe in the second wave that you're paying for these access fees. And that could be a really good deal for folks, and it could give longer life to games that otherwise might demise in the post release doldrums. So
Yeah, and I'm not
Star Wars Battlefront will be on there.
I'm not even opposed to like you getting into subscription services, because then at least devs are motivated to continue to support games. I'd like to see a balance between the two, but like that's why I like free to play games, because then devs are motivated to keep deving games, adding things to games to make their revenue. Where we were just talking about in the beginning of the past so many hours ago, Battlefront, we all panned it. We all said it's terrible. We all have like average of 10 to 15 hours played in it. Meanwhile, I guarantee you some dudes got some big holiday bonuses based on Battlefront because it sold pretty darn well. And it's the dichotomy between sales and quality.
But let's say you had a Battlefront game, like what you're playing, when you're like just beasting, like you only have one death, if that, and you're having a fun time. Does that change the way you feel about the game, or no?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. I was reading chat.
Me personally, when
Move
I
on.
do good at a video game, it does not make me feel better. But that's just because I can realize.
I almost
it's
feel
just-
better when I don't do good at a game.
It's weird. It's weird with Battlefront. Like, I've gone on some really long tear streaks in Battlefront. And I was saying this to myself the other day when I was playing. I'm like, if I were doing this in Battlefield 4, I'd feel super accomplished and pumped right now. But in Battlefront, I feel like this is just sort of run of the mill. Like, yep, I'm doing great in this because the other team sucks ass or they're all stupid. I don't feel like I'm actually accomplishing anything right now.
Keep running in front of my bullets.
Well, Puppy, even you, man. When we were talking Black Ops a couple of nights ago or the other night, great
Well,
example.
that's what I told you guys. Like when we played that. All right, it was my first time playing Black Ops. We'll try and keep this short because I know Culprit's eyes will glaze over when we start talking Black Ops too much. We started playing.
No, I'm talking Black Ops 1, I'm in.
Immediately jumped into it was a 5-man pre-made group of guys, and you only run 6 versus 6 in there, and because there was a 5-man pre-made that I just got invited into, we literally won every game we played until people started dropping out, and then once people started dropping out, then we lost like 2 games, but like the entire time, even though we won every fucking game we played, I was like, this is stupid, I'm not having fun. Because it's still the same. It's still the same old
Roll a
thing.
group of randos with a group of your friends. Yeah. I'm agreeing. Like tonight, I was playing a little before the podcast began. I was playing with Juan and Stoney, and we had a couple other guys in there, and it was 5 of us, and we went up against a pre-made other 5, and we got our asses handed to us, and it was nice because like it just shows you like what you need to improve on. I like those matches where like, okay, you can roll on a couple guys, but then guess what? You get your ass rolled to you. It's nice. It's humbling. It keeps you like, hey, I got to work on this. I got to change this up.
If I were to ever go into a first-person shooter, I don't know if this will ever happen, and I just dominate out the draw, I get bored really quick.
Yeah.
Like, I want games that challenge me. I want to be... Now, listen, I don't want to get just mauled, but you want to play and be like, all right, I'm even. Like, I'm a 1 KD. I can see why I'm not good.
Yeah.
I can see why I'm not good. Like, I need to know why I'm failing. Whereas I thought Battlefront was just like,
everything's dying.
I logged into the map and died 3 times to things I have no indication of or counter to. Like, whereas like Battlefront,
the other
Battlefield 3 and 4 were good. Dirty Bomb, the guys have been playing a ton of. Even Counter-Strike, like these are games where I feel like I could put my focus and my energy into, and I will get some gains back.
Yeah.
Whether I'll ever be really good or not is another thing, but like I can apply myself and I will see returns. When a game starts getting too freaking random, that's why I got out of COD. That's why I did not enjoy Battlefront. That's they're just too much Titanfall, just too much randomness to the game.
I laughed for a long time. I was watching who was it? Angry Joe when he said that DICE had made a game more casual than Call of Duty.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's saying it's Battlefront or Hardline.
About Battlefront, yeah.
Yeah, it's.
I was sitting there shaking my head. I'm like, yep, nailed it.
You just feel like you guys seen was it Being John Malkovich, the movie, right? Where the dude's in those things where he's like, oh, he's crunching down, and he's like, that's the skill ceiling and the floor. Like that's how I feel playing Battlefront. You're like walking around hunched over. You're like, here's this little skill gap. It's like this big.
Who do?
All right.
Oh, here this is for Darth right here. I just imagine the Tiny Tim song in his Rageaholic videos just playing every time he loads into battle.
You guys actually watch him? I'm shocked.
Battlefront?
I'm more shocked by that.
I have years worth of Rage material from my recorded stuff from Battlefront because it's just ridiculous. I have never been that angry at Battlefield 4 or Battlefield 3, but like I have rage quit Battlefront probably 10 times as much as I have Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
With a tenth of the hours played.
Well,
with a tenth of the hours played, yeah.
I want to ask a question to you guys. I know something I put on that doc. It was overlooked, obviously, probably. What was your favorite year?
It was too big a topic to get in. That's why I didn't. That's good. That's like a whole podcast.
Well, let me just
favorite
name
game.
No reasoning. Just
Hey, Socio, thanks for hanging out, man. Like always,
Nice.
appreciate it, bud.
Favorite game that came out this year, or favorite I just happened to play?
Well,
What,
what
yeah,
are your
favorite game?
The top 2 favorite games of last year. Let's go with top 2, not 3. There's
Favorite
no need.
game of last year. Oof.
1 or 2.
Neverwinter.
I'd have to look at what I can't even think of what I played right now.
I still play it.
I would probably have to
I'm gonna go
mention
Sky-
Battlefield. I'll probably have to. I mean, I don't.
Really? I'm saying games that came out last year.
Games that came out last year.
Yeah, Skylines.
Yeah, Skylines. And what's that game? Hockey game with cars.
Oh, Rocket League.
Yeah.
Rocket League.
There you go.
That's not a
Hockey
hockey game.
Soccer game, same thing.
Do you mean football?
No, it's hockey now though. The new DLC. But yeah, I would if you had to ask me to pick 2 games that came out last year that were like my game of the year, it would be Skylines and Rocket League.
That you played too.
All right, Lanky. Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah,
Always appreciate it. Good contribution to the chat. I appreciate it, man.
For me, it would be a 3-way draw between Dying Light. Because I don't know. I love zombie games, and I love zombie games executed well. When you throw zombie games with first-person parkour.
Rageaholic, yeah.
Tomb Raider, because it was like everything I loved about.
Could you be more console scrub? I mean, really?
Be with us eventually. You're one of us now.
You killed the Doge.
Point being, Tomb Raider and then Fallout, because fucking Fallout. And I'm like, huge fan of the franchise.
Dude, Puppy, can we get whoever programmed this dog to work with Oculus Rift? I think that's the connection here.
There comes our Lara Croft bundle, Cobra.
Whoever programmed this Doge, he needs to work with Oculus ASAP, and I will buy it. Like if he could, I mean, look what he did with this. This is amazing. The eyes work, and I can't wait to show this to my kids tomorrow. Be like, I was on a podcast with Doge. I was on there. It was on there. You're like a celebrity to them right now.
Uncalled for CPU just actually reminded me, Rocket League is coming to Xbox One.
It's not on there? Or was it just PS4? Yeah, that's right. Yo, get it. It's such a good game. It's such a good game.
It's fun. It's $20.
It's supposed to be coming out for Xbox, which is what I'm actually waiting on because
Dude,
from what
seriously.
I understand, not only is it coming to Xbox, but if
So can you play with us on PC?
told-
No.
if what I'm told
PS4
is accurate,
can.
then yeah, it'll be cross-plat. It'll be
Will
cross-plat.
they?
PS4
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
If that's the case, then Mort will be happy to know that they can actually finally bring Final Fantasy 14.
Now, I wouldn't be
over to
surprised if Xbox and PS4 can't play together.
It's only
But you guys
Rocket
should-
League that's cross-plat. It's not all the games.
They should make more games, like, because I think that's the one thing that's hurt, like, that's holding back a couple, like.
What's up, Dizzy? How you doing,
Never
bud?
mind.
Yeah, this dog is just crazy. I've been watching it for
can't
3
wait.
hours now, and I still can't wrap my head around it.
Can't take your eyes off me.
And what were the other thing? Overwatch, I think we were talking about at one point.
I had Overwatch as a topic, and I think my general point was I closed the doc. I don't know. Do you guys even pay attention to Overwatch so much? I do.
I've been
'cause
following it.
I want to get in this
I've
thing
been-
hella
I've
bad.
I think it looks cool.
Dipping a finger in that pool every
Coming to
now and
console
then.
too
So
now.
my question is, obviously they hype these games. This is gonna be a whole like, it's got to be like a course and study at this point. Like just hype. Like where do you want to precipice the hype? Like how far out, how close, wherever. Anyway, they've shot that hype up super early, premature hypulation. And
Premature
now
hypulation.
it's kind of crashing down, right? And if you read the Reddit, like because I really want to get into Overwatch. There is so much salt. Like the salt is insane levels.
Yes.
Like people are like, you would think it was like in the Constitution that they got into Overwatch beta. Like these people are upset. You can't take my guns, and you better let me in Overwatch beta. So, Delpede like highlights this to me in Discord. It's bad. Like it's so it's almost more entertaining than gameplay at this point. But like, do you think that salt, that backlash, if you will, can hurt sales? Like obviously the hype will help sales, right?
Nope,
If anything, it's
not for a
gonna
Blizzard game. They
You don't think
they
so?
can
'Cause
salt all they want.
I think at this point, like I think the salt is at such a level, it will actually. I think people are turning bitter because they're like, I didn't get in. Fuck you,
No,
Overwatch. No.
it's
not gonna
purely increasing their desire for the game. Would
Exactly.
Be my guess.
Well, that's basically the question I'm getting at. Yeah.
And
Like
then exactly.
subconsciously they're angry, but it
Yeah.
it heightens their want. Yeah.
But you have people like example, Dell highlights this salt that we see in the Reddit post, and it's like a guy like me who has no fucking like what's this Overwatch? Wait, what we're talking about Battleborn? Wait, what's going on here? Take a look at it, and it's like Overwatch coming to console. You know, people are clamoring, crying. Big time YouTubers are crying that they're not getting in. It's like I want to check this game out.
Wow.
You check it out,
That was-
it builds a
That
following.
was
It
awesome.
builds more people.
Soda
who want
popping
it.
got black. That was great.
It's gonna
Well,
be something.
You look because there are a lot of games like that coming out, and I've looked at them all. I mean, I have access to Bloodborne. I have access to Paladins.
Fuck Bloodborne.
And you look at them, and they just don't seem. I haven't played any of them, but I'm just saying, like they don't. You watch Overwatch, you just look at it. Maybe it's a Blizzard game, like Darth. You're just saying, like you just have this underlying confidence. You know, you're just kind of like okay, but it looks good, and to me, it looks like a lot of fun. Like, and I wasn't that big on this game. I knew, obviously we heard about it and we knew kind of what it was until you started watching the gameplay a couple months. It was like 2 months ago. It really like boomed.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yo, this game, I was like, I could do a whole YouTube channel about this. Like, I could sit there and just do game, like, this champion and this, and, like, it was, like, very similar. Like, I could just talk about this game, subtly, and it's just, like, but the other games I look at, like, when I didn't get in, I looked at the other games that are just like it, and I'm just like, they just don't grab me the same way. I don't know what it is.
Battleborn. The thing is, Battleborn is just reskinned Borderlands with weapon restrictions. That's what it is. That's
Yeah.
all that game is. It's the exact same. Oh, here's a little like crate that has either money, loot, health, a gun in it, but you're restricted to this kind of weapon. You're restricted to a crossbow. You're restricted to a sword. This is all you can use. That's what Battleborn is. It's uninspired. It's reskinned Borderlands. It's typical Gearbox crap. And you look at Overwatch, and it's like it's what Blizzard does best. It's giving you multiple classes, none of which are outside of World of Warcraft are broken as of yet that you want to pick over the other. And then you look at a game like, say, this is a newer one, Paragon, like which is like like that, but it's a moment at the same time.
Yeah, I just can't get engaged by him. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a fanboy. I totally could be. And I think it's a lot comes down to a graphical style too. Like I just like the Blizzard's graphics. Like
The cartoon.
maybe because I'm used to it, But you watch like Paladins.
Flatten all the things.
Yeah, it's just the game looks so good. I'm not salty about not getting in, but I get upset about some of it. But
I think Blizzard has found an appropriate color palette that really suits video gaming as a just a general
I think
audience of what
and it doesn't
people
turn
want.
anybody off. Do you know what I mean? Like
Right,
they found that
like the people that like hyper realism and stuff aren't pushed away by it because it's too cartoony, but
Yeah.
the people that are looking for a game that's a little less serious also don't think it's
no, I
obviously
agree.
clearly
Like, it's almost like
too-
what was it, Borderlands, the cell shading, whatever. Like
Did you see about the Fallout 4 mod? They have a
Cell
Fallout
shading
4 mod
makes
that
me
turns every graphic in Fallout 4 like Borderlands cell shading.
Oh yeah, cell shaded.
but it's the same idea. It's like I like realistic games, but this game's so like cartoony, it's okay. You know, like this is but where if you go into like this like, cartoony fantasy thing, and people are like, oh, I don't play that shit. No. But yeah, I think you're right. It's like this palette that's like, it's animated, but it's
it
still
fits,
cool.
it fits.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but like,
agreeable.
everything Blizzard has done has not really done poorly. I mean,
You mean like the money printing machines they own?
yeah, like everything. Like, from
I was gonna say, can you name something?
Hey,
that
Bumbles, can you
fucking-
go on a limb any less? Like,
they've not.
wow,
Donald Trump is a joke? I
Hearthstone,
don't
Heroes of the Storm, like everything they've developed in like the last 20
But that's the thing,
years
it's like,
is
there's
just
not
prints
like,
money.
and people eat it up. And you look at like say what you will about.
I
Call of
agree,
Duty,
Polly. I totally agree with that.
Game still makes money, no matter what we think about it. Fallout again, another title. Grand Theft Auto. Like you have all these like franchises. Assassin's Creed, even. I'll give it that. Pop. I'll throw you a bone there.
Well, making money is very different than a good game. You know,
But that's the thing though. Even with Blizzard, they're good. I mean,
They're
I'm
good
not a
and they
fan
make
of
tons of
Hearthstone.
money.
Assassin's Creed needs a reboot too, and that's coming from a very avid Assassin's Creed.
Well,
fan.
aren't they taking the year off because of the movie anyway? Like, hey, we'll give this movie out. We'll take a year off for the game, revamp it.
I don't know. I haven't paid attention.
Mm.
I'm an Assassin's Creed fan, but I don't follow them hard enough, like the devs and stuff.
I lost track of Assassin's Creed like 26 releases ago for like 2 years ago. So like 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago, 26 games ago.
What?
Sounds about right.
It was like Assassin 36. So I was like last Christmas.
You know what's funny? And I'm gonna apologize to Pup, and I'm gonna be like, you were right. Metal Gear.
Metal Gear sucked. I'm sorry. I told you it was
Here's the
coming.
thing. I like Metal
I
Gear
never
Solid
got
1
into
and
it.
2. I did not care for 4. Loved 3. And I was like 5. I'm like, why am I doing the same fucking mission like for the 20th time now?
Hideo Kojima has gotten lost in his own hype as to what he is as a game developer and a game director, and to me, it's gone to his head.
Mm.
And
I did
you
like
can see it
PT.
in his games. You can
Well,
see
we'll
it
see
in the
now
games
because
he
he's
made.
on his own now, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe it'll be
PS4 players will anyway.
Part of me feels like part of the reason why he got ditched though is because of his fucking ego. I mean, he got ditched by Kojima though, so or not Kojima, Konami. Is it?
He's Kojima.
Yeah, he's Kojima. He got ditched by Konami.
Japan,
My bad.
let's go Japan.
My words, I can English. It's hard to English as a Doge.
Doge
Give me
can't
some slack.
Huh.
But I feel like Konami isn't exactly an example of a shining game developing company. But at the same time, I just feel like Kojima just he's blown it.
Tim Schafer from Double Fine. Fuck that guy. Fuck Double Fine. Fuck Tim Schafer. Like it's like that's another example. It's like what was it? They had a Psychonauts 2. They just hit their Kickstarter goal, and it's like I remember I was watching a YouTube channel, and it was actually it seems more like a conspiracy thing. And I decided to look up the things they were posting, like the last game that they decided to crowdfund, they also asked for $400,000, and then they begged for more because they had to quote unquote develop too much game, and it's like, well, fuck you, your games aren't that great, buddy. And I agree. Like for me, it's like I enjoy Metal Gear. I like Phantom Pain. I just think it's like one of those games that was highly overrated, and I loved when. And I enjoyed the game.
By the way, sorry.
That's okay. I remember I looked at what was it? After the Game of the Year awards, like this and this and this, like Witcher 3. Here's the thing. I'll throw this out there. I love Fallout 4. I love it. It's my personal game of the year, but like, do I think it deserves the game of the year over Witcher 3? Fuck no. Fuck no.
Still haven't played Witcher 3.
Oh, phenomenal game. It's on sale, by the way. Point being,
I own it. I
like,
just
and
haven't
then-
played it.
I just remember people getting so so upset. So upset that like, oh, Metal Gear should have gotten Game of the Year. No, it shouldn't, because it's forcing you to replay missions to reach the true ending. And it's like,
You know what I personally am kind of finding myself doing though here lately, and maybe this is just me. You, Culprit and Darth, you guys might feel the same way, just because on PC this tends to be a trend anyway. But lately, I'm finding myself taking after indie games more than the big AAA games,
oh
just because
god,
I'm tired of the way that the AAA games are turning
Oh,
out.
yeah.
It's
I'm
just
way
it's
more
disappointment after disappointment here lately. It's just I don't know. For me personally, I find myself, not even really looking at AAA titles so much anymore. Like The Division, yeah, sure, I got my eyes on it, but I've had them on
But
there
I'm
since
like
then.
naturally skeptical of AAA's at this point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Agreed.
but I mean, like indies are I don't know. I feel like they're in a spot right now where a lot of the indie dev companies that are out there are doing some really cool shit. I mean, there's obviously some that are just doing the same old shit, and it's just, oh, we're a new company doing another side scroller. Fucking cheese, jerk off function.
what was it I downloaded the other night? Hotline Miami from 2013. Holy fuck! I don't know. Have you guys played this game or no?
I've heard about it. I've seen videos of it.
It's a 2D top-down. Looks like a game from the Sega
Yeah.
Genesis days. You're
I've
basically that game. Where has it been all my life? Like it's like I'm playing fucking Ryan Gosling simulator here in Drive. Like I'm like an ultimate like cool brooding badass just beating people to fucking a bloody pulp, and it's awesome. And and the story itself, it's so absurd, so surreal, and it's very well aware of itself. That even with the game, like as much as I love it, and Puppy, you know how much I love it, GTA 5.
Yeah.
Like I love GTA 5. I love Grand Theft Auto. As great of a game as that may be, it's like, yeah, a lot of the elements are borrowed from like Michael Mann movies, other Hollywood ideas, and it's like, yeah, sure, the same thing about Hotline Miami, but the fact that a game like Hotline Miami, a 2D little Sega Genesis 16-bit looking game, can just bring me so much joy. I mean, I agree. And Shovel Knight, Shovel Knight's another one I got on my PS4. I don't know if you guys have played that. That game, another one, phenomenal. It's like breaking games back down to simplistic times when it was about gameplay.
If I was faced with the decision, like if I was still doing YouTube a lot or even Twitch, like streaming, to do AAA's or indies, I would go indies 1,000 times. Like, and could only broadcast those. Like, I would give up AAA games entirely, like without a doubt. Because even like a half decent indie game, you could still feel the passion in them. You could still feel like the love.
Yeah.
Like mistakes are made because they thought they were the right decision and maybe they didn't pan out. You never get that feeling of this was done to make money. Like, even some of these games that need fucking money, like you're like, nah, I could sell hats, but I don't want to do that, like, and their game dies because of it.
Shenmue 3, great example.
But in AAA's, you feel just everything's filthy. You're just like, everything's oozing this profit margin and PR and marketing, and you're just like, even when it's a good game and you love it, you feel dirty sometimes. You feel like fouled. You're just like, it's just, I mean, and like I'm gonna jump on Division. I'm hype about Division. I'm sure there's other games I'm not thinking of that I can identify as good games, good AAA games. But they're like, when I like a AAA game, it's this feeling of,
Uh-oh. 4-hour limit. New call?
get out of here, really? Is this a thing?
That's a
Got
thing.
owned.
This happened last
That's
time.
But we're
too.
still
That's-
talking
Skype
to
limit.
each other.
All right, well, we need to bring the
We
video
lost the
back.
video though. All right, I'll hang it and then we'll start again, I guess.
All right, we're back.
Well, that's a first. There you go.
All right.
Pay the goddamn bills, culprit. I mean, jeez.
No, you know what, Culprit? It's funny because you mentioned it earlier. I'm just going to say this, and then we can go back to the discussion we're having about the games. But this is more in depth.
We
than
did it,
main
Reddit.
fucking-
We
the
did it,
main
Reddit.
fucking-
Here you go, Bumbles. You got the mic. Oh, this is the Bumble show.
Bumbles running the show.
Puppy, hurry up.
Fuck you, puppy. Oh no. Hold on. All right, are we all here now?
They
Culprit
were
here.
accepting before. I don't know. Are they not in here?
I got no
get
answer
that.
from these two. Let me try calling them back.
They might have bounced out.
Well, no, I was gonna say this is like the fact that the after show has more in depth
Oh yeah.
than The giant Bumbles run. I agree, Polly. I'm sorry, sir. I'm not the prettiest to look at. My girlfriend thinks otherwise, though. Hey, hold on. Oh wow, it's got the picture of my girlfriend in her sport bra with the gun. Crap. Don't look at her. She's
I
mine.
don't see anything. What are you
On
talking
the
about?
stream. Oh, there it goes. It's got a picture of a black guy.
I guess Puppy and Darth are
Oh,
done.
they're still here. Hold on, they're still here.
I
They're
just
still on.
what?
They're still online. I'm looking at them. Hold on. Can we go to the conversation or no?
Can you can see me, right? Yeah. Okay.
I can see you. I can't see the conversation. Hold on. Should
I
we
tried
try
to add each of them, but they're not obliging.
Hold
I
on.
don't know if
Let's
they're
go.
done. I mean, honestly, they can be done. It's
No,
at the
I think
point.
we're having a good bit here. Let me just
Yeah,
say,
but we're
hold
gonna go soon because I need to
Yep.
go to bed.
on. Oh my! I'm really giant. Sorry, guys.
2 a.m. in my time.
Yeah, I want to get them. I would like to hopefully get them back in for.
Yeah, basically. I don't know if it's
All right, hold on. I see them on the.
Puppy. Are you and Darth? Are you declining, or is it just not going through for you? Bumbles, I'm gonna shut this down entirely. I'll start a whole new one.
All right, go ahead.
I'm gonna try anyway because I hate Skype.
Word.
Where is it?
End call. Bottom right. Red button. I'll end it. Want me to end it?
What happened?
I'm still here.
It's
Hold on.
calling them.
All right.
If these two fail, I'm gonna disconnect and we'll start a new one.
Well, it worked from my angle, if you remember.
Huh?
Remember the first call? I actually was the one who made it.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Puppy's back.
What is going
Right.
on?
All right,
Did we
Cobra.
get it?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh.
Right. Open up the Skype and accept the show video, or hit the little camera icon underneath your body.
What are you telling me to do?
He doesn't need to show his camera because his camera that he shoots to the stream is from a different
Yeah,
source.
I show it. Yeah.
Okay, well now I got culprit. Now culprit's up here. Okay.
I
We're
don't
all
even
back.
know what you guys can see out of that, but
It
yeah.
was about to be the Bumble show.
So
Oh,
you're
God.
hosting it? Is that what you were hosting the whole time? No, because I got the 4-hour morning.
Yeah, you got the
Huh.
4-man call. I don't have
I
it.
got the 4-hour call too, though.
Oh, okay. Well,
I was hosting it.
Darth, you all right? You had a
Well,
good
no
little,
wonder the
little
fucking
snack there?
thing was so shitty.
Oh, fuck you. I paid $200 a month for my internet.
Well,
son.
why is none of this working now? Oh, is this
It's
did this all
working.
get broken?
They are raping you if you're paying that much. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's worth it.
All right, guys, I'm not going through all this again. We're going to sign off. It's been 4 hours. I'm not going to reset all these windows. It's going to take me 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
No, it's
I don't know why that. I guess because it switched the window. I don't know. OBS is a pain. And that puppy knows the cropping and that is a pain. in
Yeah,
balls.
the cropping in the new OBS is such a pain in the
So
dick.
dumb. I mean, we're at 4
Well,
hours now,
is
but
it switching back? Hold on.
we're back, and I'm on because my camera is exactly where it's always been.
Hold on. I'm watching this.
That the windows
stream.
are going to be all jacked up, though.
Yeah, it's because of the
his,
new-
his windows are jacked.
it's
He's
a
going to have
new-
to
I'd
reset
have
all
to
the
reset it
windows.
We definitely need to upload this, though. We gotta like this is like a more in-depth
Oh,
discussion.
yeah, if there's enough discussion to it, which is another reason to end it here because YouTube has a 2-hour mark, so anything more than 2 hours. But no, we're gonna call it here. I need to go to bed anyway. I don't even know what I have to do
Alright.
tomorrow, but
All right, man,
Doge, get some sleep, Doge.
You know,
Go spin in circles a couple times and lay down and go to
What
bed.
is it, 2 a.m.? Yo,
Returns
Darth,
for the
time
dog
for a
dad.
2 a.m. burger, homie.
Oh, that's right. There's your 2 a.m. burgers, boys.
Oh, man.
Chad, thank you for hanging out. Honestly, I mean, the numbers have been basically the same for 4 hours. I mean, it's different people cycling through, but
Awesome.
Pup, I don't know if you noticed some of your dudes in here. I've seen a lot of
I
new
saw-
names, so I don't know if they're like from your.
I saw a few stop by.
Cool,
Not
cool,
as many
man.
as I was hoping for. I'll
That's
be
all right.
honest, but there was a few.
When
so,
we do these every 3 months, it's kind of like we're not the
Yeah.
Olympics. We can't exactly hope to parachute in and out, but we'll get a decent pace at some point. You're not seeing any invites? Oh, is that from before, Darth?
That was from well before.
Yeah,
I
I
think
just
it
saw
might have been.
Way to be
mine.
on top of the chat, culprit. My God.
I was too
You know
busy
what?
sending invites. What do you want to tell
Hold
you?
on, let me F5 the stream because it might have been my end that I fucked up the cameras because I switched it from normal view to dynamic.
Nah,
I don't know if that
it's-
has anything to
it has
do on
nothing
your
it.
end.
It's literally just a new window on my screen, and OBS
Oh, okay, never mind. All right.
isn't recognizing it.
Can't blame Bumbles. Yes.
very cool and called for because I appreciate you were definitely contributing a lot into
Yeah.
the chat. I appreciate that. So Darth, good on you, Darth. You're sending good peeps. But thank you, Chad. Thanks for hanging out. I hope you had a good time. Hope you enjoyed it. We could sit here and probably go for another 2 hours. Especially the four of us. We'll just talk about
We've done it before.
No, this might be a long. I don't think we've ever
No,
gotten a
we
4
had
hour.
one where we hit the two. I remember I was part of one we hit the 4 hour mark. And we
I
had to
don't
redo
remember
it.
it, but it definitely. I mean, we've had late ones, but usually I've been drunker. Probably is the thing. By the time I get to 2 a.m., it's probably usually a S show.
2 a.m. burger, so good.
Oh, hopping over to.
All right, boys. But Chad, thank you so much. Thanks for
All right,
hanging out.
guys.
We're gonna sign off now. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, guys. Puppy, you'll be
Safe stuff,
streaming tomorrow. If
Yeah, probably.
Doge. Myself,
Doge will be
I
streaming.
plan to tomorrow. I make no 100% promises, but it's looking like 90%, something like that. So
I'll be there.
unless the wife wants to show me how happy she is. That
Oh, hey now.
I took care of the kids tonight, so we'll see. All right, but thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. We will talk to you next time. Take care.
Bye. I'd wave,
Bye.
but I can't move my hands.
Now, wag your tail.
I can't do that either.
You got like a Siamese Doge thing going on.
Do the creep stare. Do the creep
Yeah,
stare.
the creep
Oh, creep stare, go.
Oh, there he is.